Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live on a fantastic feel-good Friday. I hope you're ready because we got WWE Smackdown tonight. The king and the queen of the ring continue. We're going to be here for all of it. It's going to be a fun night, stacked card, lots of matches, lots to talk about, lots to get into. So make sure you get in that chat, click all those buttons, be a part of the show. Be a part of the fun. Be a part of the fastest growing channel out there. Strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, and welcome to the Wrestling for Life Network. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream, and we are ready to go. WWE Smackdown on tap tonight. It's going to be a fun one. Lots to talk about, lots to get into. The tournament continues, like I said, and a whole bunch of stuff. And if one more person tells me that they're Tongan and not Samoan, I will throw hands. But beyond that, folks, welcome to the channel. You put another week in the books. Friday is done. We're going to cap it off with a little bit of wrestling. Heading into the weekend, get in that chat, blow it up. But remember, for the next couple hours, you're stuck with Mr. Evernight KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and Mr. Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight KJ White. I'm Big Nick, and I am still waiting my appeal, Your Honor, on the court from last night on the trial. I feel like there was a mistrial. It was very cited judge, very cited judgment.
You can appeal like the Tiger King, my guy. Guilty, guilty, guilty is the verdict. You're done. It's toast. I don't think you were going to win that no matter what you tried. But at the end of the day, it is a fun one. We, of course, were referencing Wrestling Court, which we launched last night. We will be bringing it back, not next week, the week after. So keep an eye out for that. We got more Wrestling Court, more wrestling topics to put on trial, more wrestling people to put on trial, and the lawyers and the judge will be back at it again. So if you haven't seen that yet, after stream tonight, go check that out. It was a fun time. Had a lot of entertaining points and arguments, but yeah, go check that out. It's well worth it.
I was fighting with both hands. I was fighting from both sides here. But yeah, Anthony was the better lawyer that day. I will admit that Mans came with a heavy, hard case. Pause.
Right. Well, someone had said that you were, from this point forward, we're calling you T-Rex because you were reaching with those little arms.
Oh, yeah. My arms were just too short to box with God.
But yeah, folks, we put Tony Khan on trial last night. That was a fun time. Tonight, we are going to go through the rest, and we're going to react to it all, put some of the things that we see on trial. Very interesting night. Randy Orton, AJ Styles. I mean, Tama was supposed to fight Bobby. Now he's going to fight Dawkins. Naomi, Sasha, and Naomi, Jade, and Bianca are all in action in separate matches. So a very interesting booking for that. But it's stacked, Nick.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we've got we've got Bianca versus Candice, we've got Jade versus Piper, and we've got Naomi versus Nia on top of, like you said, Randy versus AJ Styles, which should be a fucking banger. And then we've got Carmelo Hayes versus Baron Corbin is it tonight. We've got Tama Tonga versus Angelo Dawkins. Is the King of the Ring cursed? We've already had two bigger competitors, be in it and already instantly pulled out before they even have their first match.
Yeah, I mean, cursed, maybe not, but I mean, it comes with the territory. I was really surprised about the Bobby injury.
Did they say what it was? Did they say what it was?
Not to my knowledge. So because of that, I mean, I don't know, man. It could be anything. I don't even know if it was wrestling related. I mean, he hadn't done much, so
it's not gonna job him to Tama. That's the injury. That's what
maybe
because Dawkins is not beating Tama Tonga.
Well, that's the interesting part about this now is Bobby, Tama. We were like, well, does Bobby get the win because some tomfoolery? What happens here? Because both guys kind of need the W. Tama being a favorite, I think, in the situation. Dawkins, sorry, Dawkins, thanks for coming. But I think this is going to be awesome. A really good chance for the WWE Universe. For those who don't really know what Tama can do, this should be fun.
Oh, absolutely. And now how much is Tonga Loa going to get involved? Because now obviously he showed up at Backlash. So this will be his first time in front of the homegrown domestic WWE audience.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think this is great. I think this is going to be a part of it. We know the Bloodline, runs in a pack. They will 100% have an impact on this match. Solo, Tonga, maybe Jacob. I don't know.
Well, I was going to say, I was actually going to segue into that, because now that you bring him up, do we want to talk about that? I don't know if you've seen the rumors. I've heard people saying that they didn't want to bring in Jacob because he would overshadow Solo right now.
Yeah, this came up on Wednesday, and I put that perfectly on a tee for you. I figured you'd.
I know.
And I think that again, what I said on Wednesday is a lot of these stories are conflated. Somebody like a Dave Meltzer says something on a podcast, and people run with it as a story. I don't think anybody internally in the WWE is telling these reporters, like, "Hey, man, we brought in this. We're bringing in Jacob. And my God, we don't know what to do." Same thing of like, we don't have any plans for Cody. Whoa, to me, I don't believe it, but I do see there's validity to it, as far as no matter when you bring Jacob in, Jacob's going to steal some spotlight. This guy is a big deal. He's a big attitude. Having the wherewithal to establish Solo, I think is part of what they're planning. Like I don't see this as kind of the negative that I read it out there of, like, they don't know.
Oh, no, I think they're very much obviously trying to establish Solo and everything. I wonder if this whole Jacob's going to outshine Solo, it comes from, like you said, it's from a Meltzer or whatever, but it's from a lot of people who know Jacob, who have watched him outside of WWE. I don't know if your casual, regular WWE viewing audience knows that much about who Jacob Fatu is. Now, granted, we know when he gets there, he has the potential. He's like if Roman Reigns went to ECW instead of WWE. So we know that Jacob has the potential to become the guy, but I don't know if the casual WWE audience knows who Jacob is. The IWC, the content creators, the dirt sheets know Jacob.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that, like, back to my point, as far as internally, again, they know who they're signing. They know what he can do. They know what his potential is. You bring him in to be a superstar. You sign free agents. You don't sign them to be in the mid-low card and take on Ring of Honor talent. You bring them in to mean something. We saw what they did with Tama Tonga, instantly getting him over with the crowd as far as who he is, what he does, why we should give a shit about him. Within 2 weeks, we all got a real good vibe of, all right, this guy can rock. It won't take time. It won't take long for Jacob to do the same. And I think once they get him in there, and to my original point, yeah, I mean, again, not everything is like, oh, the sky is falling. The sky is falling. So at the end of the day, I think this is going to be really cool. And it does set up, is there tension between Jacob and Solo? Where does Jacob stand? Could Jacob be with, siding more with Roman? Is Jacob a lone wolf? Like, there's so many little intricacies to it.
Oh, absolutely. But I also, like I was kind of saying, I think that your regular WWE audience isn't going to know too much of who Jacob is. Like, he's not going to be coming into that situation to where he would outshine Solo to your regular WWE viewer, because they're not that familiar with him. The IWC will sit there and, freak out about it and everything like that. But it's the same thing like when Punk slips in shots at AEW or whatever, and they kind of go over flat because they don't watch that shit.
Yeah, they don't get it. They don't understand the reference. And I think the way the writing team seems to be working in WWE right now, they're not going to do stuff that, like, okay, Jacob, come in and you're going to do all the, we'll get you doing, we'll have you moonsault on half the fucking roster, and we're going to make you look like a star. We're just going to, no, they're going to make it work. They're going to put the puzzle pieces together, and they're not going to book it in a way that Solo looks like a schmuck next to his crazy cousin. I think that's the role they're going to fit him into, is like he's the loose cannon, the one that, like, nobody knows what this man's going to do.
Have you ever heard of a wrestling promotion not wanting to bring someone in because they'd be too over? What fucking logical sense does that really make? If you're just going to be too entertaining when we bring you in, so we got to wait until you kind of dull down a little.
Yeah.
What?
You know what? We don't need another bat in the lineup. We're already hitting pretty good.
Right. We got this. Thanks.
We got this. Thank you. Sorry, you said your name was Judge? Sorry, no, we're good. We're good.
Like, right, yeah. Babe Ruth? Never heard of him.
Yeah,
Never
Baby
heard of him.
Ruthie.
Baby Ruthie? Oh, like the candy bar. Like the candy bar.
But folks, I will say hello to the chat again. I do see it lighting up. We will get to all your comments. Remember, we have the super chat and the super stickers and the membership. If you want to stand out, that is your way to guarantee we click on your comments. We do our best to keep up with the chat every night, but a lot going on here at the channel. So make sure you do that. I will remind everyone we are back tomorrow. Then we're back on Monday. Then we're back all next week. And then we're here for all the wrestling. When we say we watch more live wrestling than anyone else out there, when we say we are the wrestling friends you can't find in your real life, it's all true, folks. It's damn true.
Absolutely. Kurt Angle.
Woo! But all that being said, let's quickly say hello to the people before we move on into the other realms.
Are you clicking or am I clicking?
I'll click away.
What are you clicking?
As we got Dro in the chat, Odds is with us. We don't like you, Bullhorn Betty. Bullhorn Betty. We don't like you, Bullhorn Betty.
Bullhorn Betty, bam blam. Oh, Bullhorn Betty, bam blam.
Tamatonga should win. I think so. We'll see. Now, since Lashley is out, it's a lock that it will be Gunther and LA Knight. Yeah, I mean, with Bobby being out, some people did have Bobby as the favorite, like of the SmackDown bracket.
Really?
Some, not a lot.
Who? A small minority, I feel.
Well, Rocco's saying now that he's out of the way.
Well, that's one person, sir, Your Honor.
Hey, I was the judge last night. Don't talk to me about evidence.
right. Yeah, no, over Tama, the only way that would happen is if he wins by disqualification or some shit. But yeah, I think what's going to be more interesting is what comes out of AJ Styles and Randy Orton, because I think either one of those could very much be a favorite because they're established top guys.
I could see LA Knight getting some love here. I also think that LA Knight might be a front runner for Money in the Bank. So hold on tight for that in June. But I do think you need to talk, Nick.
You run it back potentially between AJ Styles and LA Knight. Fair enough. I will talk. Where did you leave off on the comments here? RM Girl 1985 saying, will Tama's brother become the new member of the Bloodline tonight like Tama was? I think you already did on Backlash. Bear, what up? Saying, hey, what's up, y'all? Haven't been around lately. We had to put down our dog last Friday. T's and P's. I'm still very lost without my bud. Well, I mean, I guess I'll say I'm loyal like a dog, and I mean, I make weird noises like a dog. I guess I don't know. Wolf. Yeah, I was trying to get there.
Sorry, my head decided to explode mid-sentence. Thank you.
Fair enough. I was just like, you need to talk now. I was like, what problem?
Bear as a pet lover and a dog owner and a cat owner, definitely T's and P's, my guy.
Rocco went up again. We can talk about Double or Nothing at another time. Eric saying, hey, fellas, saw a great TNA Impact last night. Clay letting us know what else he's not watching. David saying, I want to see a QR code of the opening sequence. That'd be different. Well, the show will come to a stop the second a QR code or a glitch or something pops up.
Well, and I mean, we did get it on NXT. We have got it on a PLE. We, even to the point where we thought, all right, they're showing up on the PLE. What the hell? But, oh, by the way, thank you, WWE. I had to clip that out of our stream. Fucking asshole.
Oh,
but yeah, I mean, I love it. I think we're amping up. I think we're getting real close to some type of reveal here. I don't know how much closer we can get without actually doing it.
Yeah, well, it's the thing is though too. They've given no end game. Like we thought Backlash was going to be it. They never said that it was going to be Backlash. We just insinuated that it was.
Yeah.
So they could still do this all the way to fucking Saudi and beyond. They could do this all the way to goddamn SummerSlam.
Yeah, and I did see some online criticism of oh, they didn't do it back. But I think that's the sign of like, if you think of any good movie or any good TV show where you're like, you're into the show and you want the characters, their plan to come together, but it didn't happen in episode 3. Maybe it'll happen in episode 5. Like, those are the reasons to keep the fans going. I think sometimes the wrestling fans forget that like, yeah, it's that moment where she's going around the corner and you thought the killer was there, but he's not there anymore. Like, I don't mind being pulled along a little here, as long as it doesn't get boring, which I don't think it has.
No, it hasn't gotten boring, and you've got to always still kind of lean at times into that bait and switch of just when you think we're going to do it, we aren't, and then when we don't do it, holy shit.
I'm addicted to the shit. We should come with a warning, ladies and gentlemen. We really should. As we always remind everybody, the wrestling might suck. We never do. And listen, there's worse things that you could be addicted to. So we appreciate the love. We appreciate the addiction. You're just like a pill.
I'm addicted to you.
Dropping some Canadian on me. Tony Khan, guilty of all charges. Absolutely. Keith, good to see you. Oh, are you?
No, I was literally just scrolling to the side here.
There you go. SmackDown. That was a tough case, though. It was fun, though, Nick. You battled.
Like I said, I thought I presented at least the best case I could. I mean, even then, still, I'm like most of his roster. He just paid me a lot of money to do a half-assed job.
Right. Well, you're fighting from the bottom, buddy.
Right. Yeah, to be working from underneath.
Tony was sentenced to several things, including 3 years in OVW. But yeah, definitely sentenced. Go watch the end of the video. Jacob Fatu will show up at SummerSlam. Feels too far away, Damien. And good to see you, by the way, Keith, Jay, Odds. But yeah, SummerSlam's too far away. That's August. Like, we're not going to wait that long.
I can see Howdy SummerSlam, Jacob. But then again, no one had Tongaloa on their bingo card either. That one was a real swerve ball because New Japan didn't even really draw attention to the fact that his contract was up, that he was gone.
Yeah, a little funny, Nick, that Tama got like a farewell match and a goodbye and got flowers, like, so long, see ya. Tonga was just like, what about me? And everyone's like, later, bro. Like, next thing he was here, and you knew it because, and I've seen dozens of reaction videos to Tonga showing up, and including myself, who was like, it's Zilla, it's Jacob, it's one of them.
It's a Samoan.
No, it's a Tongan.
Right. Yeah. Again, like you said in the intro, if I hear that fucking statement anymore, we know.
Right. They're on the.
But now, could that be interesting, though? Sorry, that now you have New Japan, who is buddies allegedly with Tony Khan, but then we've heard that relationship's gotten sour. You have now Tanahashi out there praising NXT and WWE's developmental system. Does it not feel like maybe New Japan did WWE a solid and we don't know? We're not going to announce that he left. So then when he just shows up, it's an even bigger what the fuck?
Yeah, definitely quite possible. I mean, why not, right? Like, if you can be in bed and nobody says, well, just because Tony works with New Japan doesn't mean anyone else can't. And in addition to that, I mean, what's his face today? We were talking about it from the.
God damn you!
Yeah, well, remember the Bullet Club. His name is escaped.
I'll look it up.
You want to watch wrestling? Watch WWE. If you want to watch, if you're a virgin with a neck beard, watch AEW.
Yeah, Gabe Kidd. If you like theater, watch WWE. If you're a fat nerd who can't talk to girls, watch AEW. Which then he's doing this on like local news, and he even says so. The rest of the quote was, "If you want to watch the real stuff, New Japan, this is where it's at." So he wasn't just shooting on the hip at those two. He was still trying to get New Japan over. But yeah.
Absolutely. So, yeah, I mean, again, very interesting times. And again, I think you see AEW losing some international, distribution where I know a certain wrestler just went to that company and said, this is the only place we could go global as they start losing all their international distribution.
I'll show you, bitch.
Yeah, I mean, again, the perception is very interesting. But big dog back in the house after careful review of the trial and the evidence presented into the case of Tony Khan. This tribunal has denied defense motions to appeal. Gavel bang. Well, you bang your gavel carefully, my friend.
Just do it in private. Sorry, do it in private. That's all I ask.
Right. Solo Sikoa will be spiking people down all the way long. We need that, like, the Shawn Michaels moment when he just heard super kicking everyone. We need
I
Solo.
just spike Stan.
I spike Stan. Let's go. T-Rex, good to see you. Bananas and Grapes, welcome back. I instantly want to sing Bananas and Pajamas. I don't know why. Bobby's injury took me off guard and I was shocked. Fair enough. I think we were surprised.
Yeah, not jobbing is the injury.
Not jobbing is the
Not
injury.
jobbing is the injury. He came down with the case of not the boo-boo jobber face.
Yeah, I got the jobber flu. Sorry, I'm out.
Oh, right. Bobby got Mr.
Sorry.
Lyon. Hey, no. Almighty Black Adam, what up? Trust me, we still got plenty of names. Scott, what up? James, what up? Matthew Childs, what up? Safit, what up? Stoner, Jesus. Good evening, gentlemen. Hope everyone's doing all right. I may be working on something. There you go. Well, as long as we have pants on this time, sir, that sounds perverted to anyone that doesn't know that this man did.
Anybody that doesn't know what you're talking about right now, yeah, a lot of people out there are like, "What? What do you mean?"
What?
We're about
show am I watching?
Right, but may the puff pass be with you, sir, and also with you. Yeah, we're about 7 minutes away from the show start, folks. We will be live for SmackDown. No Rampage tonight. That is tomorrow, another 3-hour extravaganza. So, Nick, real quick, because we got a few minutes, but I brought this up a week ago, and then I actually heard a couple podcasters that I like talk about it as well. Why does Tony Khan not amplify these 3-hour shows? Like, why does he not, like, tonight we're going to have a 3-hour Dynamite, not Dynamite plus the show you can tune out of, or we're going to have a 3-hour Collision. And they're going to overload it. They're going to kind of, up the stakes in the booking, give people a reason to stick around.
Am I in defense mode from like last night, or am I honest opinion?
You're
okay.
Chains,
no, it's because I think 100% that he doesn't even think of that. That's never occurred of him to like right now.
Really?
Bro, his whole fan base doesn't want to watch a 3-hour Raw just because of the 3 letters in front of it. You think that they're going to want to sit there and 3-hour Dynamite? Then you're going to have everyone, his core fan base is going to sit there and say, "Oh, you're becoming WWE. You're just like Monday Night Raw. Why would you do that? Boo, bring back Rampage." You'd have an outrage over Rampage, even though none of them fuckers watch it. We know we're here watching it. And the only other people watching it is people watching it with us.
That's fact. We get better numbers than Rampage. What's up, Geekbox? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you're well, sir. Go check out Geekbox, folks. Go check out all the content over there. He's doing great things. And definitely go check out his reaction videos starring yours truly quite often. So thank you so much for being here, sir. Brandon, good to see you as well. MDB back in the house. I can only imagine what he's saying. Oh, no, I have to imagine what he said.
Oh, wait, what?
It's good to see Nick in a good mood after Anthony and his hat took him to the woodshed in court yesterday. Love it.
Listen, between that and, Ric Flair almost coining me a new nickname phrase and everything like that, because this man out there just being a drunk slob of himself at a restaurant. I'm glad that I came out, like Andy Dufresne, smelling like roses after crawling through a mile of shit.
Right. Now, did you see reports that came out from his camp or whatever that apparently he was not intoxicated? He was just...
Yeah, because that's what everyone says when they get caught being a drunk asshole, is I wasn't drunk. Of course, that's what he's going to say. What is he going to say? Yes, I'm a miserable prick and I was a slob and just embarrassed my entire family.
Yeah, it's not the first time somebody has drank too much, got kicked out of a building, and then blamed the building for kicking them out because they didn't drink.
Yeah, that's happened before. They both have blonde hair, and they're both old and past their fucking prime.
I'm kind of curious to see Tama Tonga in the ring today. Let's see what he have to offer. Nevsky, good to see you. I think a lot of people are looking forward to this. I mean, you've aligned him really well. He put the beating on KO. Now can he deliver in the ring? And the idea where we talk about it, a wrestling world that is lacking quality tag teams, the Gorillas of Destiny will come in, and I just remixed it. We're good. Will come in and do real good things for a tag team division.
Oh, Absolutely. As soon as I saw Tonga show up, I was out there of like, just give me, Gorillas of Destiny versus the Usos. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I'm at SmackDown right now. Not only are you at SmackDown, Team Serena Deeb, good taste in wrestlers, wicked. I hope you're having fun. Tell everybody around you to tune in to here. See how many people in your section you can make show up here at the same time.
Right. Well, hold on. I think there was somebody else that mentioned that earlier. Nope, I missed them. Oh, there we are. We're talking about Blam Betty there. He's at SmackDown too. So we got two of y'all's. Even people at the shows are watching us.
It's facts. Rampage.
Rampage. Well, here, speaking of MDB, I like this. Since we were talking about the Gorillas of Destiny and how we hate that game, they're Tonga, not Samoan. They're on the Samoan spectrum.
They're on the Samoan spectrum. You know, it's really the only fucking tree that matters in wrestling. Sorry, Jericho, but yeah, there's one tree that means something.
Yeah, just holy tap dancing Christ. Just give it up, my guy.
Predictions, guys.
I predict we're about to be heading into SmackDown right now because it's about 7:58.
There we go. We're about
TMZ.
2 minutes to go. But yeah, I mean, we're looking forward to this. And again, I've debated several people on this, and I know you can always really spot a hater because they don't. Every time the WWE does something really good, that's when the haters tend to show up just to kind of piss on it. The way the King of the Ring has started feels important. It feels outstanding. And the bookings we're getting, we wouldn't be getting Randy Orton, AJ Styles in the first round of a King of the Ring in the old regime. They're making the matches matter. They're making the matches count for this. I give them full marks for what they have done with the King of the Ring this year so far.
Right. Sorry, I was clicking on Mr. Leon saying, too bad they don't have a sign. You guys would give them a t-shirt.
That's true. Mr. Lion knows.
He ain't lying. What? But also, though, I do want to bring up, as before SmackDown starts off, that this is actually still historic SmackDown for an entirely different reason, because you have Samantha Irvine on one end at Raw, and you now have arguably the biggest call-up from NXT of Alicia Taylor now going to be the lead ring announcer on SmackDown. So for the first time in WWE history, you have two female African-American ring announcers.
There you go. And again, she's done an outstanding job. I was a little surprised in the sense that I was a little surprised that they didn't keep like the male voice on SmackDown for the, to differentiate, but hey, she's earned it. Give her flowers, and I'm looking forward to it tonight.
I think that they both have still a different, unique sound. Like Alicia Taylor has very much more the boom, while Samantha Irvine, she gets all the big. She's kind of like the Bruce Buffer-ish a little bit. Like it's really passionate to it.
She's kind of like the Ref Aubrey of commentating. I'm just throwing that out.
Whoa! That is just harsh words.
How do I get me into the spotlight? But Nick, I got Forever.
I am getting
Big Wolf. We're gonna
have
ladies and gentlemen, Nick and I are syncing up. We are going live. I'm on Forever.
I'll let you know when I get there. Forever.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the channel. If you're just tuning in, we got about 78 people here. Be a friend, tell a friend. I want triple digits in this chat tonight. And for those at the show, I want you to turn your phone to whoever's around you and say, check this out. These guys are awesome. And take this link, drop it everywhere, as we are starting with another reminder package that Backlash happened.
I'll even say just take their phone like you're going to take their picture and then just go to YouTube, just go to our channel,
bring it up and hand it back.
Just hit subscribe and then hand it back and say, oh, you must have fucking blinked during the picture. Let me do it again. And then you make sure you hit that bell notification. You make sure they're a member too and everything like that. And even if you're feeling generous, do a super chat under that name. Fuck it.
Yeah, do it. As we go back, listen, that tag match was overlooked. It was an outstanding match.
Oh, absolutely. I said that was probably my match of the night out of that whole pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we weren't expecting it to go down the way it did. And again, Tonga showing up at the end, great twist. But man, like they went through furniture, that cradle power slam or whatever the fuck off the second rope by KO through the chairs. Like, it was outstanding.
And they made it build to it perfectly. It's one of those, and again, you can't deny that the crowd was amazing. Like even the Jey Uso entrance, they got video with that they couldn't buy if they even wanted to with that. But they built perfectly to, okay, fine, you're not going to follow the rules, so it's a no holds barred. The audiences can lose in their mind already, and you don't do it a ton, and you did it, and they did it well. Like Orton's still out there selling, the headbutt and this entrance that will forever be in Jey Uso's. You're going to see that when Jey Uso goes into the Hall of Fame.
That will be part of it. Yeah, 100%. 100%. And he said it gave him Brave vibes. Like all the Fireflies came out and they're bobbing and yeeting with everybody. But and again, I think they had a 5-card match. We were a little concerned that wasn't enough. And I feel like we got more than enough out of the show. So much so that you got Nick Khan, Triple H, and other people joking around online of like, stadium? And you're like, ha. So, man, they go back to France for a stadium show in that, like, where the soccer team plays. I can't remember what it's called, but like Stadium de France.
Tour de Eiffel, whatever. They do the Eiffel Tower somehow. But that'll be the next Money in the Bank. They'll do it in the Eiffel
Tower. Anthony. Good to see you. That's what they should do in
Toronto. Boo this man. Boo. Whoa. Drive by.
I'm going to do that every time that car goes by your house.
Go. I'm going to be ducking every time.
What's up, Bobby Reyes? How you doing? It's showtime, folks. That's right. We are kicking it off. Replay from Backlash. Of course, we end it with Cody wrapped in the French flag because, the man of every town.
Hey. Well, I want to get to a couple. Ooh, I was going to get to a couple real quick.
Go.
Leon again said, I don't care about spoilers, fellas. I wouldn't be here if I did. I'm here to support this channel. My SmackDown doesn't start for another 2 hours. I'm in Arizona. How does that can work? I know it's just earlier for you, but are they on a delay?
Yeah, why doesn't it start? I guess the West Coast doesn't get it till they're 8 o'clock their time.
That would be weird. That's weird. I didn't
Instead of it being live, well, it'd be live at like 5, 6 o'clock. Otherwise, I suppose.
That's what I was gonna go to next. Actually, the Geekbox saying share the stream out on a post. My God, shout out.
Love you for it, Geekbox. I have to get this man some swag.
Right, absolutely. Geekbox, get in touch. We'll work out some things.
Can we vote? Yeah, vote on what?
Should I stay or should I go now? What are we voting on? What the fuck?
I don't know. Do you like grapes or bananas?
What the fuck?
I don't even know how to answer that. You won't have to worry about that, Nick. I'm also going to include Anthony. This one is tough, FY. There you go, bro. We appreciate it. We appreciate the effort. We appreciate the love.
Seriously, I would have never thought that would have happened. What?
Makes us feel kind of semi-famous.
So we bet. As I've got Aldous right now in the ring talking about the king and queen.
He said, get out of my swamp. We have matches tonight. Oh,
so we're bringing out Cody Rhodes. Or no, we're saying he's here tonight. Sorry.
And here he comes.
Wrestling
only has one champion.
What?
I just said wrestling only has one champion. I met Cody Rhodes last year. Nice. Was he as political and squeaky clean as we assume?
Yeah, I would assume. I feel he does, and bully. I just like how he keeps holding it like the Southern old school wrestling style.
It's such like some of the narratives that happen online blow my mind because it's shit that doesn't even bother me or like cross my radar. Of like, why doesn't Cody ever put the belt on his waist? We're like, who cares? I don't give a fuck if he wears it as a hat. Like,
this though goes back to that old school mentality though that we've talked about, and even that's why Vince always said it was a championship. It was never referred to as a belt. Belt is what you wear to keep up your pants. This is a championship. This is supposed to be prestigious, like a fucking trophy.
Mm-hmm. Good to see you, Terrence. Dale back in the house. Good news. Monday Night Raw is staying with USA Network. Yeah, this was announced the last couple days here. Dale, SmackDown will go to the USA Network September 13th, 2024. So yeah, they've found a stopgap between the end of the contract with Fox and Netflix. So we are going to be exclusively watching WWE on the USA Network.
Yeah, and hey, it works out for me because that's right before my birthday and everything. So now I can just chill over my whole birth month and just watch it on USA. That's where literally, because NXT won't even have jumped to CW by then, I don't think. So everything WWE will be under USA.
Yeah. For a minute. USA smart, they'll cash in, they'll get they work out a little bit of a deal. And there you go. So again, a lot of people were like, what are they going to do? We knew they weren't going to go quiet for 4 months.
No, this is kind of like one of those, well, I've loved you the longest, so at least give me this one last kiss goodbye here. We're going to stay here for these extra couple months. Kyle, what up? Did they drop Universal off the title? I believe they did. They just now you have the World Heavyweight Championship and the WWE Championship. Cody gave me a hug last year after SmackDown went off there.
No, I gotta fix this.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, take a pause. Hold on.
I'll be right back.
Fair enough. So Cage has got to take a refresher here as I've got Cody Rhodes and Nick Aldis right now here kicking off Friday Night SmackDown. Looks like they in a relatively small arena tonight. Yeah, sure. If you want to say that, my guy, they made sure to have everything lit up. Now, I like how Aldis just even said, hello, old friend. Because I still want, if Aldis is going to ever drop the GM shtick and go back to wrestling, this is a thing that needs to happen under a WWE stage. Like Jobson's even bringing back Cody versus Nick, repeat of the NWA. Absolutely. Bring back the whole 10 pounds of gold feud. Again, it was phenomenal when NWA was doing it. So imagine if WWE got their hands on something like that. Christian, what up? Don't worry. We in case we missed anybody, shout out. Hi, how you doing? We do also have the super chats, the super stickers, all of that. In case we do miss you, and it also helps the show and helps, massage the algorithms like KG always says and everything like that. I said used to, like this man passed away just because he had to restart his shit. Anyways. So Cody Rhodes' next challenger has been determined. Who do we think it's going to be, folks? Who do we think it's going to be? Speaking of, we almost introduced right now. Logan Paul is going to challenge Cody Rhodes. If I can do that for a minute. Oh,
sorry, it was delayed.
There you go.
Yeah, Saudi show all about them dollar bills, y'all. Listen,
bro,
no, you're not allowed. You mean you fought vigorously on this channel when
I was about to say, Your Honor, if you let me finish, like last night, I couldn't present any evidence or anything.
Order.
Being held in contempt, folks.
Overruled.
But I'm glad that at least this is going to be at Saudi. I didn't think initially that this was the Saudi match, like they were announcing it then. I didn't hear that part of it. I just heard your next challenger.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but then we're also getting denied a fucking U.S. title match.
Champ versus champ in Saudi. It again, it's one of those matches. And listen,
it's such a Saudi match. It's
exactly a Saudi match. And I was pissed right off when they booked Logan Paul to take on Roman Reigns out of left field. And everyone said, KJ, it's a Saudi match. So that's what this is. This is a money match. This is a sizzle, not a lot of stake. Though I think they're going to surprise us with what we get in the ring between these two.
I'm in this weird love-hate relationship with Logan Paul, I feel a little bit, because in wrestling, he works. It's the person behind it that I'm just like, you're such a bag.
Yeah,
like,
but I mean,
think about it though. If you're Logan Paul, you have the Prime Hydration station. You have that shows up at every fucking show. You got Patrick Mahomes showing up on WWE because he's a sponsored athlete of yours. You've got your shit logo in the middle of the fucking ring on pay-per-views and everything. Like, this man has won all the way when it comes to pro wrestling.
Mm-hmm. But then he's bought in and he's done well. Like, I mean, I hate to say it, and again, Logan Paul's not the first wrestler to be good at wrestling and a shit person outside of wrestling. You know, we've had several, right? Like,
yes, but he's also, like you were about to say, I think there, if he's been the best celebrity transition to pro wrestling.
I think so. I do. Logan Paul,
he's got huge heat right now.
For everyone who says, you know, sometimes we're unfair to one company, I will say this. I'm a little bummed out that they just handed us this match. There could have been a backstage, like Cody he could have interrupted Cody's promo just to kind of pull this out of left field. Nobody saw this coming. I do criticize the Wednesday show for doing that. Oh, by the way, you're going to fight Christian. So a little bit of that. They could have maybe found a nicer way to walk into this so that it doesn't feel like, oh, great, they handpicked Logan Paul. Who cares? But that's what I will say in the defense of the other company.
I am the greatest attraction in this company, says Logan. I mean, he's kind of not wrong, at least, though, with saying I had the greatest rookie year.
He had a really good rookie year, man. He fought Roman in Saudi. He gets a title. And again, when between the bells, the man shows up. And again,
he's just like cutting a promo on like one fucking fan in the crowd right now.
Right? I think is it on the kid in the orange?
Yeah, there's like one little kid with like the thick glasses and everything. And he's cutting a promo on like this one kid. He that's the thing, is Logan Paul in pro wrestling, fucking blue chipper.
Yeah.
Logan Paul as a human being, fucking shitbricker.
Right. His brother about to be KO'd by Mike.
Facts. What's your prediction for the fight? Pain. Somebody gonna get hurt real bad.
And he's saying, they weren't talking about you. They were talking about my brands. They were talking about me. I mean, again, it's perfect. Perfect heel babyface story right here. Easy. And again, it's going to be a nice win for Cody.
Oh yeah, and this will be a good build-up between them and everything. This has been so, like, this is turning me into a Logan fan even more in ring, because this is actually a really great promo from him, and the crowd is just giving it.
I think the crowd was chanting "Prime sucks." Called them virgin inbreds.
Logan, don't insult your fans like that.
I have been rocket fuel for the spaceship. This is a great promo.
And it's so funny because this is probably the best promo of Logan's career, and Cody is just like, and so what? Like, when's my turn? Can we be done? Oh, they're chanting Prime blank. Yeah, where's all the people that are at the shows letting us know how this is going over?
Yeah, this is 100% a Saudi match, but I'm okay with it because they're doing well with it so far.
Oh yeah. Nick has come around on Logan actually knowing what he's doing in the business. I like it. I was the one arguing this before. I was in favor of the fucking Saudi match against Roman. It was that man who was opposed.
This is a joke. Like, AJ, you want to elaborate on that? Cody.
What a dumbass.
This match is a sizzle. KJ, I'm turning off the burner. Let it cook, bro. They're really fucked up with the SmackDown roster. Not enough top guys, top tier guys. I don't know if I can agree with that because it basically is the same roster. Mostly mid card. I don't know. We got Randy Orton, we got Kevin Owens, we got Cody. We got a 2-hour show. We just brought in the Bloodline. We got Tama Tonga. Roman's gonna end up back there. The Rock's gonna end up back there. So
Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo Hayes will do fine. I think we're okay on SmackDown. They go title versus title. Cody 2 belts.
Both champs. America. Fuck yeah.
Right.
But no, you have to have something big with Logan. Could you have almost, and this is a big motherfucking if, built to Logan versus Cody at SummerSlam in Cleveland?
Yeah. To be honest, I want him to defend that U.S. title, though.
Fair, valid. I want him to be in a prominent match. I'm just more of wondering of like, I almost wonder of like what you're gonna do with him here. Like, yeah, or at least I'm looking at SummerSlam. Sorry, it's one of
yeah.
Like, who's he gonna feud with once he loses to Cody? If we're gonna do this now,
yeah, maybe. But I think part of my hang up is I feel like SummerSlam's so far away.
But that goes to, like you said, of instead of just dropping this match on us, you build to it.
Fair. Good promo. They are giving him too much too soon. Who? Logan? I don't think so. That's the difference. I think when somebody catches their groove, when somebody is hot, you gotta book it. You gotta go with it. You can't just like, oh well, he's not sinking. He carried that whole segment.
Oh, 100%. And especially I feel in pro wrestling, if someone's got the wave, that's the thing is you have the people that argue that same thing of saying they're holding somebody back. You've got to ride the lightning and hope that you can continue to ride the wave when you come out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, too much too soon is not a thing. Like if somebody, when Austin figured out 316, they didn't say, all right, give him time. They were like, all right, he blew up. Look at all the signs. Let's go.
Well, we don't want to push him because he'll get, he'll bury someone else that we have up there. No, it's just ride the fucking lightning.
I'm in agreement. What did Keyshawn say? I don't know. Man, I want to see AJ. Well, AJ saying it should have been me giving us the Dolph.
Fair enough. Well, Kayla, how are you doing?
Brother, yeah, no shit. The IC champ should be the number one contender. Different show. Sorry, Desmond.
Yeah.
Quick, throw the mic at him.
Ooh.
Hit him with the mic.
Real
couldn't wait for this. I already said it, Real. This is exactly what I give the other company and shit for. There could have been a way, maybe, Cody had a match and Logan bumped into him. I don't fucking know. I don't love it. Like, we picked this guy. To me, that screams, we're going to Saudi and we need fucking clicks. Let's go.
But also, though, at times, with it being Logan, I think it very much is clearly that. But I'm saying not every time, especially when you don't have a ranking system or anything that you don't follow, that sometimes it does end up kind of being, well, we've picked your new challenger.
Yeah.
And then you build the story from there. This just kind of feels a little bit rushed because we know where the end game is. We know all of this. We know the whole reasoning behind it.
Yeah, and in addition to that, just so people know, if I want to defend the other side of the argument is this. Like, I think Big Dog said he hasn't done anything. Again, he had a phenomenal rookie year. And if they tap an IC champion or a US champion and say, you being this champion, we are going to give you a shot at the main title, that to me, I have no issue with internally. If that's how they want to spin it, fine. Again, I was very critical of don't just pull shit out of left field, walk into it somehow. There's a rhyme and reason. Fine. You did it. It is what it is. We know why you're doing it. But at the end of the day, the promo was solid, and I guarantee you that match is going to cook.
You can, oh, absolutely. the Roman Logan match cooked. But it's one of those, you can do that when you don't do it all the time. I think there's another 3 letters that does that all the time.
Absolutely. And again, there's some people that they can't see past what's right in front of them. So I agree. I didn't like how they did it, but once it happened, it was good. It was delivered well. Like that's what I'm, we recently saw on the other show, very similar. Oh, by the way, here's your next challenger. That challenger walked out, hit a finisher on a belt, and the champ laid there on his stomach. If Cody laid there on his stomach for 7 minutes, I'd have a big issue with this. But they had a good exchange, and actually Logan got the best of the exchange. Logan carried that segment tonight, so you got to give him his kudos.
Oh, absolutely. I was out here singing this man's praises and everything. Well, as Polo's even mentioned, second title shot in 3 years.
Okay.
Well, you don't. Well, I guess that's more of going into that. This man's. Go ahead. No,
I grew up in the sports world. I mean, nobody says, "Oh shit, the Patriots are in the Super Bowl again." Well, other than Bills fans. But
fuck you.
But I mean, again, that's I'm okay with somebody as long as it's garnered, right? Like if it was AJ Styles getting another, if you ran AJ back, I have no problem with you getting 2 title shots in 3 years. I mean, again, they're both in Saudi. The writing's on the wall, guys. It's a Saudi book.
Well, and to me, I think it also shows of what he's accomplished. Like, think about it. Can you name a bad Logan Paul match that he's had in WWE?
No. And that's the other thing is, he's going to go to Saudi. He's over with the crowd as far as like he'll get the reaction you're looking for. He's already done it. And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think he's going to deliver in the ring. Like I'm actually very confident in this. So people cannot like how they did this. All right, fine. But let's see how it pays off. Let's see how it works out. And I think we started on the right foot. We'll see where it goes. I'm okay with it, but it's definitely a Saudi booking. I can't even. That is what it is.
Logan Paul or Bad Bunny as far as celebrity crossover.
It's not even close.
By the way, we're in commercial break right now for anyone that was wondering.
And we're at 87. Let's get this to 100. Be a friend, tell a friend. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. But no. Sorry, what was that last thing you said right before I called out the 100?
Bad Bunny versus Logan Paul.
People need to stop doing that. Bad Bunny is not a great wrestler. He's not a good wrestler. He knows a couple moves, but that's why Bad Bunny has to be in tag matches and street fights, because he knows how to do a Canadian destroyer and he knows how to kind of jump from the top ropes. But he's not.
Chambea.
Yeah. Like if he can get in there and give me a solid, 7-8 minute match with somebody, let me know. But it's not even the same thing.
Fair enough. But Rick Bulow is saying, good to hear Alicia Taylor on SmackDown. Like I said, it's an historic moment here as we've got Nia Jax, or as A-Drops was calling her, Nia Snacks, taking on Naomi here. Now, how come you show up on a red brand wearing blue and you show up on the blue brand wearing red? What the fuck?
Yeah, do you remember when Jade did the same thing?
She did?
When Jay went to
Raw, I thought you said Jade. I'm like, what?
He's like, I'm keeping the blue, and Jimmy's here wearing red. I'm like, okay.
Can switch.
LA Knight has more of a right to the title shot. Here's the thing, though. I think if LA Knight gets a title shot, he wins, or at least they don't want him to lose yet. That's my concern here. So you book LA Knight to fight Cody in Saudi, and Cody dusts them. All right, well, then the LA Knight story kind of comes to an abrupt pause.
Right, so then you're instantly rolling him out of the King of the Ring. So then he not only loses in the King of the Ring and then turns around and gets dusted by Cody.
Yeah.
Everybody that says you buried LA Knight, that's when you really did it. That would be when you really did it.
And don't get me wrong, I really think that LA Knight should get a shot, and I really, really wish the guy would get a belt of some kind. Like, you could have him as the U.S. champion while Logan Paul feuds with Cody. But Naomi and Nia Jax are in the ring, folks. Get your predictions in. Who you taking? Super chat from Ricky. Thank you for the support. Cody is no Roman. Facts, but
And
but Cody's going, well, again, we saw it in France. Cody's going to go to Saudi. That's why Cody's getting booked. And the crowd is going to go absolutely batshit for him. And anything Logan Paul does as a heel to fuck with Cody is going to get a gigantic reaction. Don't love how they booked it. Don't love how we got here. But I think it's got a lot of legs, and it's definitely a Saudi show to do it in.
it's absolutely, and it's very interesting. I get the whole premise of, to me, they're obviously just different characters, different personalities. But we got a glitch.
We got a glitch.
We got a glitch as Naomi went for a knee shot and hit something else.
That was weird. That was just like static. Goal. It was more aggressive than normal.
Well, there was a quick QR in there, but yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh, where was it? Oh, I like the lady B saying, Nia, bride of K.
I still think they missed a chance to have Dom and Nia together for massive heat.
No,
Dom
they're doing Liv and Dom. We've
it's
seen
not the
have you seen the breakdown of where his bandana went?
Oh, we know where his bandana went.
He's a magician, and now I can pull.
It's not a rabbit I'm pulling out of the hat.
Right.
As we go to commercial break, Nia in control, Samoa drop on the floor. Ladies and gentlemen, get in that chat, blow it up. Thank you again so much, Ricky, for the super chat. Remember, the super chat is your way to guarantee that we notice you tonight. So get in there. Let us know what's on your wrestling mind. Logan Paul will challenge Cody Rhodes at King and Queen of the Ring in Saudi Arabia. We got a whole bunch of round one going on. Nia Jax and Naomi right now, and so much more, folks. So we are on and cooking.
And is it funny that that's probably going to be the one big promo that we get tonight? Like everything else, we have so many other matches to get through that, and like you said, of this is 2 hours. So for all the stopwatch society of, well, WWE had X amount of, wrestling time on TV time and only put out this amount of wrestling. Now it's, what do you say when they've had more wrestling than all 3 other shows put together?
Right. Yeah, I mean, again, and I know people showed up on Monday, and again, there's certain people that only pop up when WWE does something not so good because they can't wait to kind of like throw something out there. But when you talk about match quality, we've watched every minute of wrestling this week. Raw was the best show of the week to this point. Like it loaded up. We got several good matches tonight. We're off and running. But if you watch Raw and then watch Dynamite, I want to know how you feel that Dynamite put on better wrestling matches when we're not getting the best of quality on Dynamite right now.
Ilya versus Ricochet match of the week right now, bar none, undeniable, unless I think arguably right now the only thing that could potentially dethrone them is AJ Styles versus Randy Orton if they really go hell for leather.
Yeah. You know what? It's funny because I saw people being critical of Ricochet and Ilya, and I thought at that point, if you are that much of a diehard tribalist that you can find that you were unhappy that Ilya and Ricochet were in the ring, even people were like, Ricochet should have won. But if Ricochet would have won, then they would have said, oh, you buried Ilya on his first. Like
you just called him up.
That's where I draw the line of just enjoy something. The fuck are you watching wrestling for if you can't find anything?
I've said this before. We both said this and everything like that. And again, we are on commercial break. But I've never seen a fan base. Like, I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. I'm a lacrosse fan. I play fucking video games, all of that. I've never seen any sort of fucking fandom out there that hates the thing that they allege they love so much.
Yeah.
When it gets outside of pro wrestling.
And again, it's a vocal minority. They're the ones at home that have all the extra time to just tweet all fucking day long about every fucking opinion that's out there.
Well, that's the thing. They're the minority, but they just won't shut the fuck up. They're like a gnat of just like.
Honestly, I feel like
I
honestly feel like when you download a social media app, whether it's TikTok, Twitter, fucking Instagram, whatever it is, we're back to the action, by the way. But I think if you download the app, when you go to log in for the first time, you got to fill out a fucking IQ test. And if you don't get a certain fucking score, you can't have the app. Sorry, this does not apply to you. You're not allowed.
Restrict it. They put the buffers on it, like Netflix for kids and everything. You get buffers. Yeah. It's like bowling. You get the bumpers.
Not everyone's opinion should be public. Just putting it that way. Fuck free speech.
Man's about to get his canceled 2 ways.
Nia looks like she's thinning out even more, my guy. But I don't know what she's doing now. Dancing? Oh no, she's counting with the refs.
She's just waiting for the count out.
I thought she was giving us some Richard Simmons. Rick O'Shea will get his
got that logo going. So yeah,
Ricochet has been booked phenomenally as of late. I know people don't give a fuck about speed, but he did win that. They're doing a number one. They did a number one contenders match this week with Ivar and somebody. But yeah, they got a lot with Ricochet, but you're seeing him, and that's the important thing. Like, I think people forget, like, I really think a lot of people need to watch some wrestling history of, like, man, I watched Triple H, my guy, like, he lost for like a year. He jobbed to everybody. It was a punishment, but then he came out on the other side, and all of a sudden he was unbeatable. Like, we've seen, like, Stone Cold Steve Austin wasn't always Stone Cold Steve Austin. There was a time where he took L's. Like, everybody can take an L. Like, I think we really fucking hold to certain things too hard.
Not everybody can be the top guy. We need to fucking realize that as a society is you can't win all the time. Sometimes you got to take an L.
Disaster kick.
As Naomi's just chopping Nia down here.
Oh, Naomi says I got to put these girls away.
Yeah, chesticles. Oh,
only my family.
On the Samoan drop. Nope. Naomi.
Logan should be Howdy's first target. I don't know what you call that particular decision.
Yeah, I'm a split like a moonsault.
Starship Pain.
I was like, my screen went black there for half a second. Which, by the way, yes. Well, no, it wasn't a Starship Pain. She didn't do the corkscrew and everything. She just split like a moonsault.
Okay, that's fair enough.
It's the RVD versus Starship Pain. But by the way, for anybody that's listening to the sounds of our voice, obviously we're hosting this live, so we haven't been able to look at the QR code or anything like that.
I'm trying to search for it now, my guy.
Fair enough. Well, I was just going to say, if you have anything, send it our way. Don't put it in the chat because I'm going to anticipate you're lying to us. As Naomi's trying to get Nia Jax up on the top rope, and I mean, if they're selling this is a fucking fight, I'll believe it with that one because goddamn, yeah, her things were thanging. Yeah, Jimmy out there just about to whoop some ass through his neck brace. See, that's the funny part is he's probably at home actually selling a neck brace and everything. He got pilmanized.
Man,
1, 2, kick out after the super Hurricane Rana.
She be coming out that halter top.
Well, and she's even got her name in front of it to like block some stuff.
I think she just dotted the I. I'm not lying.
Look through that. Oh, you might see a surprise.
QR. Yeah, we're looking it up right now, folks. So as soon as I have the QR code, I will
super kick. Another super kick.
Ricochet can do everything Will Ospreay can do. The only difference, MDB, is I think Will Ospreay's a better promo. He's got a little more of that charisma.
Physical stature. Physical stature is the only thing I would say is the difference.
They're about the same size, no?
No. Well, you put Ospreay, who's I think roughly 5'10" or whatever, versus I don't think Ricochet is that.
I don't know.
I'd have to look that up. So Nia picks up the win, and so see, Anthony, that's karma for beating me in the trial. There you go. So Nia Jax picks up the win over Naomi.
That was a really good match, though.
Oh, 100%. Naomi had to, or Nia actually had to really like pull that out, surprisingly, and it
was a good battle,
powerhouse into that match.
With the bookings like this, and again, there's going to be some talented people that lose a wrestling match, but this is what the wrestling fans have to understand:
sorry, go ahead.
What?
I was just going to say, it looks by the bracket that they pulled up that we're setting up for now, Nia versus either Jade or versus Piper. So I'm assuming now we're going to get Jade versus Nia, which
Jade takes
bold strategy, Cotton. Bold strategy.
I like it. Jade, I mean, again, it does. Oh, Baron back.
Right.
Why is there a barbershop pole?
I don't know.
Is that supposed to be there?
I think, well, no, they're at, I guess it looks like the Wilkes-Barre, like the Penguins miners facility. Yeah. So it looks like this is probably where like the team goes to get their fucking haircut and shit. Oh, it's the Carmelo barbershop. There we go. Point ahead. Look smart.
They're trying to present Baron as a babyface here. And Baron said, I didn't know if I was a constable, a king, happy, sad. I didn't know what I was doing. Either did we, Corbin. Either did we, my guy. We need 8 to get to triple digits, by the way, folks. Get us in there. Let's go.
Right.
They got. That was a great match. And so that was back to my point, Nick.
Sorry.
That is the type of match that if you ran it back 7 times, it would come down to that 7th match. Because you could do that match again and Naomi could win it. Like, I'm okay with a talented wrestler losing a good match to a talented wrestler.
Now, when you say 7 times, so then I would source, the Lucha Bros versus the Young Bucks. We lost interest on that match after, I think, match 5.
But I mean, from the standpoint of people who are going to feel like Naomi shouldn't have lost that match or somebody Ricochet.
I see what you're saying, though, of that's one of those, if you could run that through a simulation fucking 10 times and, 9 times it could have gone either way. Yeah, that type of shit. Yeah.
Right. It's not like Naomi just got pinned by nobody. She got pinned by Nia fucking Jax, and she battled with Nia and her top.
The facts. Well, and we established even when me and Anthony had this whole back and forth of when Naomi went back to WWE, of you can't expect everybody to be at the top at the same time and everything like that. Of she didn't lose anything per se with this because she still went under, like you said, with Nia Jax, of somebody who's a top level performer versus, she's out there doing the job. And but even if she went further in this, so then what? You could potentially get her versus Jade in the next round.
Yeah, and again,
because I'm assuming Jade's beating Piper.
Yeah, Jade's going to be like, so you look what they're setting up for Jade, though. Jade's going to beat a big body in Piper, a powerhouse, and then she's going to fight another powerhouse, like almost the next level up powerhouse in Nia. So her path to becoming queen will be very interesting. And if it comes down to her and Bianca, we could get this tag team breaking up quicker than we assumed.
Well, and it's also going to be very interesting because outside of Jade, like we've seen Jade just pretty much strictly in tag team matches. So now she's going to be out there with Piper. She's going to be out there with Nia. She's not going to be out there with a Kairi Sane, going back to AEW or Sky Blue or anything that she can just throw around all wimbly nimbly like. She's going to be in there with somebody that's a veteran with Piper, and B, somebody that we know has some things that they've hopefully worked on and all of that. And it's going to be real size versus size with Piper versus Jade, Nia versus Jade.
Yeah, I agree. I remember Piper smacking Snuka with Piper, smacking Snuka with a coconut at Piper's Pit. Everyone, I think most people remember that. For you youngsters out there, go look it up. Piper was
that's how you know you're of a certain vintage here. Which, by the way, though, to follow up on my statement about the size difference between Ricochet and Will Ospreay, Ospreay is 6'1", Ricochet is 5'9".
Okay, I mean, I felt like, is he really 6'1"?
Yeah,
I got to see a picture of them face to face. I got to look that up. But I didn't realize they again. But regardless, yeah, slightly bigger.
That was just 8 in EW. What? Pitch black dog collar match with LA Knight. J-Boy just throwing out all his kinks, I guess.
All the
I
things.
pray Naomi's top becomes the storyline. No, Vince Russo don't work here no more.
Right. Down, boy. Down, boy.
I think I'll see Tessa Blanchard in the WWE before I see Jordan Grace in WWE. Ain't no way, ain't no how, ain't a snowball's chance in hell.
Why would that even be the assumption based on the fact that we've already seen Jordan Grace and not much has been heard from Tessa Blanchard in quite some time? So kind of seems like a crazy take.
Yeah, kind of like you're just saying some shit just to say some shit.
Sorry, Terrence.
Not sorry. DIY coming to SmackDown, and they try to make them look serious.
If they come out with the same music, they're fucked in the beginning. They're fucked from the onset, Nick. There's no hope. But look at the entrance they gave Captain fucking Baron. He wasn't sure if he was a constable or a king. Now he's a fucking captain.
Well, now it's just burn the ships. I still say it comes out with the I am the darkness.
Yeah.
That was his best theme. Like that's one of the best themes in recent memory in WWE.
Yeah, and they had they'd have like the flame come down the ramp, like like
the big spotlight on him. He was in Sheamus just with a skullet. Now just be bald Sheamus.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. This one should be very interesting. Is Baron Corbin going to take on Carmelo Hayes? I think Hayes is a heavy favorite here, but it'd be very interesting if Corbin can steal one.
100%. Do you have Corbin? Does anyone have Corbin here? I think this is Carmelo Hayes' win.
You know what? I'll take Corbin for fun.
The only way it'd be really interesting though for Carmelo to sit there and go toe to toe with Cody last week, and then you're going to turn around and lose to Baron this week. The only way that I can already see the fucking narrative that's going to come out on Twitter if that actually happens is going to be they jobbed or they put Carmelo under because of the alleged botch spot from last week with him and Cody.
No, that's silly.
Well, no, you saying silly, but I know that there'll be fucking Twitter users out there that'll say that.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong that people will go that route. No, I mean, again, anything's possible if you do it right. Now, if it's a straight up clean loss, Carmelo night 2, like you said, coming off the heels of looking like a pretty good fucking man, taking on the champ, fair enough. But I mean, Carmelo, I think most people, but look at the size difference. Speaking of statures.
Yeah, treat it like boxing, stick and move, which I guess shout out Baron Corbin being a former Gold Glove winner. All right,
folks. Yeah. Who do you got, folks, out there? If you're watching right now, do you got Carmelo? Do you got Corbin?
Do you find it interesting that SmackDown was just advertising Iron Claw exclusively streaming on Max, which is a Time Warner product?
Right. Interesting. I guess you got to do what you got to do. It depends who you're in bed with.
Well, no, I think it also bears to witness that there's still the ongoing negotiations. Like there's no locked in deal past the current one with AEW. Yeah. And we're getting the fucking, doomsday clocks ticking, I feel, when it comes to AEW with that.
Right. Okay. I know we got a match going on right now. Right now, Corbin gets a 2 count. I will show everybody. I can't put the audio because every time I throw audio with it, the Fed gets mad at me. Their bots are fucking amazing, right?
Well, we're in commercial break, so perfect timing. Can we just narrate over it? We'll do what the Young Bucks should have done with the footage. We'll narrate over it.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm watching it as we speak with sound just to see if I missed anything. I haven't really heard it. The sound is just static and shit. So, but black and white.
That's fine. You could have never sourced that, and I would have just believed you were out there spitting bars.
Yeah, right. So I like that, right? Like we watched in awe. Yeah, consumed in their lives. So again, not a lot of more. It's a lot of the same.
But again, think about how long the White Rabbit story and everything kind of went. I think that had more. I'm trying to think of the best way to put it, because like I'll still see people on Twitter that like a day or so after the fact, like realized there was this code embedded in the fucking file for the video and everything. But the White Rabbit stuff kind of had more stuff that instantly, like we were here, the stream shut down. We were calling fucking phone numbers. We were Googling GPS locations. Right. But I'm saying of like, that seemed a little more prevalent. Not saying anything's bad, but I'm saying that this feels more playing the long game.
Oh, absolutely. Again, like I said, I have no problem thinking like maybe it's today. Oh, okay, it's not today. It's not today. As long as it's something that keeps us intrigued. And again, we haven't done the full investigation yet, folks, as far as what does the coding and what are all the secret little hidden Easter eggs. But that is the latest Uncle Howdy video, or assuming Uncle Howdy video. Soon you will understand. So they're adding, soon.
I feel like we need to do, and I'm going to just say this out loud so I can hopefully make it happen, is literally we've got all the fucking Max ads here, which this is really interesting for the Iron Claw and all of that. Like,
right?
I get obviously the Von Erichs in the WWE Hall of Fame, but kind of felt like that one was like an AW thing.
Right. Well, your sponsor is your sponsor. And if HBO paid out the money for the sponsorship, they don't give two fucks.
Very valid. But no, I feel like we need to do like how when we had the White Rabbit, we had, who would be the White Rabbit or who is the White Rabbit.
Ooh. Right. We got 92 people. Be a friend, tell a friend. Get us to triple digits, folks. We need 8. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Is Corbin on fire right now? Gets a 2 count. This match, Nick, is cooking. Let's go.
Absolutely. Sorry, I was just trying to get to like when we did it with like the Kaiser Soze, the fucking lineup and everything with the thumbnail. I was like, we needed that just now with this version.
Right. I feel like Nikki Cross in the mix devalues it like her, but too many gimmicks. I don't think she has enough presence to devalue it, to be honest. Like, I don't want to be rude to Nikki, but her inclusion is like, man, this is really cool, except that chick doesn't really pull down how cool this could be. Plus, I think myself, Triple H, and Nick all have big, are big fans of Crazy Nikki. And if that's utilized here, I'm for it.
Yeah, if she showed up in this, I'm not going to be like, oh, that's the girl that was almost a superhero. I can't believe that she's in this. No, she's been an afterthought of an. She for half of her fucking gimmick recently was just sitting there staring off into space, blindly back like in the middle of shit.
Oh, Corbin is putting a beating on Hayes. The crowd's getting into it, folks.
This is your Razor Ramon 1, 2, 3 kid. Roll through.
Roll up.
3 gets the win on a small package.
You just called it. You called exactly what it was.
That's still crazy though, to have it be that, like, all the credit to Corbin. Like, that's really getting Corbin over. Of that guy. Like, Carmelo was out here just having a banger last week with Cody Rhodes, and now is having a fucking back and forth battle with Baron Corbin.
And Corbin carried the match. Corbin led the way, and this is why Corbin's valuable to the company. But Corbin put a beating on the kid. The kid stole it. I know we don't always love roll-ups, but there is a time and place for a small package. Never what she said. I mean, overall, I thought that was a quality wrestling match.
Absolutely. And I will say this, and this will hopefully age like fine wine instead of aging like sour milk. But when Baron Corbin goes into the Hall of Fame and everyone's like, really fucking Constable Corbin and all of that shit, you're going to look back at, I'm not saying he's going to be like super first ballot or whatever. He's going to be one of those because he does shit like this. He got Braun over with in NXT as them being the Wolf Dogs and everything like that. He's already had Carmelo Hayes' best match so far on the main roster.
Yeah, and again, this could potentially set up something between Carmelo and Corbin for the next little while to keep them both busy, right? Like there could be
Absolutely.
a fallout of like, hey, Punk, you barely beat me, but we got Chelsea, Piper, and Bailey.
Bailey looks like she just fresh off the incense shop here. She's just out here, she smoked the ganja one time and she decided I'm going to get the nose ring, the tie-dye shirts, all that.
Chelsea's pants look like she was like the seal on like on a bottle where you're gonna pull the seal around. It looks like that's what someone did to the top of her pants. Just where's the rest of your pants?
She just looks like she's just rocking straight 90s gears. Jade back here. Just
Here comes Jade. Yeah. This will be a very interesting match. This will be a test of can these ladies, will this match be clunky, Nick?
if this goes bad, whoo, it's going to be bad.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing is this is really Jade showing out, and she's as a solo competitor, she's not out here with a Kyrie Sane, with an EO Sky, anybody like that she can just throw from fucking pillar to post. She's gonna be out there with Piper Niven, and we know Piper is a vet in the game and everything. This isn't, oh, Piper's still green too or whatever, so she doesn't know what she's doing. No, this is gonna really show Jade can go, or then you're going to have everybody saying, well, what was all the time in the Performance Center? What was this? What was that? You welcome the Wolves if this doesn't go well.
Yeah. And again, I don't know if they're overly concerned, but I'm hoping that it goes well. Jade winning. Jade, yeah, folks, you can let us know. We get Piper versus Jade next. We still have AJ against Randy coming up. We got Tama taking on Dawkins. I mean, there's a lot still to happen. Bianca Belair is going to be in action.
Yes, she's taking on Candice LeRae.
All right. The Iron Claw and Max. Scott, nice t-shirt, by the way. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Being promoted in WWE. Interesting that the streaming service AEW hopes to be on.
Yeah. And well, like I said, even with mentioning New Japan, I almost wonder if they don't realize that the circle is getting smaller.
Yeah, and I mean, at the end of the day, we know, especially now with TKO, but even prior to TKO, the WWE flexes their muscle because of the size. We've seen them. We know the lawsuit with MLW. We know AEW's claimed it. Where blocking out arenas and using their gigantic amount,
throwing their weight around. Put
it that way. I was gonna spin it a little.
You're gonna get a lot more possible, and none of that.
But that's it, and it wouldn't be the first time. I don't think it'll be the last time. So yeah, you see them working with New Japan. There's rumors about them working with TNA. There's talks about them. Again, there's HBO Max. They show up with the money. Money talks at the end of the day. And if your analytics are going in the wrong direction, people are going to tag onto the one that's going in the correct direction.
Money talks and shit walks, and I'm starting to wonder if TK's feet are tired.
No, just
no. He's got that. He's in the fucking Mark Cart.
He's artificially awake.
So he's like, beep, beep,
yeah. Beep, Tony Khan's not AI. He's AA, artificially awake. Jade for the win. Jade wins. Yeah, I don't see a world where Jade does not win this match.
Oh yeah, Jade has to win this. What the fuck? Sorry, I had Triple H popping out here for an ad. I thought it was going back to action here, but yeah, no, Jade has to win.
WWE is on fire right now. That's a boss. This is somebody with swag, right? Like going to Vegas.
He's bigging up going to Vegas. Let's go. This is fucking dope. And we've got Patrick Mahomes, ASAP Rocky, Jason Kelsey, Logan Paul. Bro, we were talking about this. This is Triple H just flexing on motherfuckers at this point. By the way,
I can't wait. I can't wait for this WrestleMania. I know we say that a lot about all the WrestleManias. We couldn't wait for WrestleMania 40. I think WrestleMania 41 is going to be amazing. From a graphic standpoint, dude, the minute they did Vegas, I was like, Let's go.
Bro, I thought that was going to happen. And the second I heard Vegas was being thought of, I was like, that's the play. And now that they've moved the date, now they've moved it back later to avoid playoffs, to avoid this and everything. WrestleMania 420, night 2 in Las Vegas is going to be goddamn Woodstock for wrestling fans because, boy, howdy, if you don't partake in vitamins, you bout to.
You about to. Yeah, you're going to get
you about to
you like it or not.
Shit.
I say Jade is ready and will win. By the way, we're back from commercial. Randy Orton is with Byron Saxton talking about his match tonight. AEW going to Tubi.
YouTube exclusive. YouTube TV.
Right. Chelsea should have won the NXT title. I would have been okay with it. I really would have.
Did you see her and Ariana having their little cry session, their little powwow? Yeah.
AEW should go to CW. Oh,
Randy back here with Saxton. I kind of like Saxton in this role of he's, their Marvez of just out here just being the backstage interview guy.
But you know what? Byron is better than Marvez. And I never say nice things about Byron. But Randy Orton setting up how his match is going to end tonight. AJ Styles is going to win. Basically what happened was he was about to walk away and then goes, one more thing. By the way, Tama Tonga and the Bloodline. You guys hurt my friend Kevin Owens, and you won't see it coming, but I will get you. So there's a chance that Tama Tonga loses tonight, and there's a chance that Randy Orton loses tonight.
So you know what's probably going to be the finals of the SmackDown bracket is AJ Styles versus LA Knight. We're going to run that.
Run it back again? Third time's the charm?
Once, twice, 3 times a lady.
What an entrance as Jade coming out.
It's so fucking like, even if you're a little kid right now and you're sitting on, your dad's lap or what have you, watching pro wrestling and everything like that, you see this woman come out. God damn, if that ain't Storm from the fucking X-Men walking out the way that she's presented. This is fucking MCU. Like, she's a goddamn superhero walking out right now.
It looks amazing. It's unbelievable. Vegas on 420 is a fun place to be. MDB, no doubt. Last time I was there and I had to fly back. And the day I had to fly back, I had a whole bunch of things I couldn't fly back with. And so I ate them all. And the last 7 hours in Vegas was a fucking colorful experience.
Yeah, this man went full Joe Diaz. The stars of death out there.
Everything's so colorful. Holy shit.
I still always pop at the fucking Joey Diaz clip to where then the Star Spangled Banner pops up. She's like, get up, cocksuckers.
And here comes Piper and Chelsea. Jade.
Piper looks like she's out here in Female Gladiator, and Chelsea looks like she's Puff Chelsea.
I don't mean this in a disparaging way at all. It's actually a genuine ignorance of a male. I find that certain, like the bigger ladies, they always give them shoulder pads. I don't know. Like, remember Nia had the weird fucking flappy shoulder pads forever?
Awesome Kong.
Why? Like, I don't know if there's someone in the chat that can help me understand, but I don't know why the big ladies always get shoulder pads. Does it make them look squarer? I don't know what we're going for here.
I don't like it. Like, that's the thing. I mean, on one hand, she looks like a badass, but yeah, why you got to come out here looking like Maximus Decimus Meridius out here with this shit? Just be Piper Niven.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not gonna. Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
No, I was like, no.
No.
Chelsea is dressed like sexy mush. Yeah, she looks like she'd be perfect in a 1990s pop music video.
Yeah, she looks like one of those C-level movies of like I've come down to your planet and I have to learn the ways of how you love.
Insert
Let's be
scene.
real.
That's what all the black, spots were and everything like that. The cutaways where they blacked out during the Naomi match was.
But the crowd's into this. The crowd's chanting. The crowd's loud and big. Shoulder block. Down goes Piper.
Bro, the smoke and everything still from Jade's entrance. This is out here looking like fucking Hulk and Andre.
They might overcook something here.
Right.
Storm's not muscle bound. She's more hot than bodyguard of Mojo.
My guy, you're taking X-Men 97 like way too literally with me mentioning Storm. It's not that serious, my guy.
She definitely. What is the movie I'm thinking of? The fucking
X2. You know what happens to frogs when they get electrocuted? The same thing that happens to everything.
No, where they fucking make where they make like their dream girl on the computer.
Yeah, and I know literally what you're thinking of. It's like an 80s movie.
Yeah, that's what Chelsea's reminded me of. Someone help me out. I know it's a classic, and I know Big Dog knows what I'm talking about. Science. What is it? It has a song with it.
Real science. There we go. Oh, it's weird science. Weird science. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill. I'm going too close now.
Big scoops. Oh, shit. Big scoop slam by Piper. Jade down. Chelsea outside the ring looking excited and happy. Weird science. Not real. It was weird science. Tony Hayes, you win the pony. Congratulations, sir. Man, it was on the tip of my tongue, and I was like, Science 2000? Weird science. There we go for the win. Weird science. That's the vibes I'm getting from Chelsea Green tonight. TLD's on it. Banana's on it. Y'all get a prize. Y'all get a golden sticker. It's a classic. There you go. Jade fighting back with big forearms, folks. Get in that chat. We need 9 to get to 100. So let's go. I want to see triple digits. Let's go. I think we've been close twice. X-Men 97 is fire. Absolutely. That's my childhood. Wow. 2 count for Jade. 2 count for Jade. Jade did not sell that clothesline. Keyshawn had missed it. A classic movie. Got that one. Weird science. Blue Thunder. Big splash by Jade in the corner. Back to the corner. The opposite one. And another stinger splash. Going for a third, but Chelsea's up with her space pants. And down she goes. Big pop from the crowd. Piper, Xena, Warrior Princess. 100% floss. The 100% the Xena vibes. Uh-oh. Piper gets out. Glasgow kiss. What would you two gentlemen like to do first? Was that a quote from the movie? I wish Kelly LeBrock was... Now, Tony. Big cannonball in the corner. 2 count. Good match. I know, folks. We talk a lot about what Jade's going to bring to the table. I think this is a solid match. Dewdrop. Dewey. Oh, I miss you, Dewey. Mr. Lion, I'm with you. Weird science. Thank you. Skirth. Yeah, maybe. Paying homage to her old co-worker. Awesome corner splash. Real genius. There's another one. Kelly LeBrock. Yeah. Oh. Pump kick. Setting it up. Can she get the glam slam? Up, down, rolls her over. It's over. Ladies and gentlemen, Jade goes over. Looks good. Piper, great battle, great match, and big win for Jade. One half your WWE Women's Tag Champions. Jade is a beast. She's a star. Again, I know there's a collection of people out there that don't want to hear it, don't want to believe it. She is an absolute star. She moves on. She will take on Nia Jax next. Can she hit Nia Jax with the Glam Slam, folks? What do you think? Mission Stratton. So Stratton's going to move on there. Belair's going to beat LeRae. So we're going to get Stratton, Belair, Nia Jax, and Jade in the next round. Wow. Anyone see 2 blink outs? I had not, Roddy. I had not. Multitasking. So if I missed something, let me know. Jade power. And here comes Belair. So is it my imagination, but women's match, right? Just match after match after match, one big long promo, a couple backstage things. But that's the format of the show so far, right? I like this. The tag team champions meet in the middle, do their little shindig, and now Belair's coming out for her match. Nia versus Jade next round. Safin, I'm very curious how that match is going to be. I am. I admit it has the potential to be a little bit clunky, but so did Piper, and they nailed it. They absolutely came to work today. I would challenge anyone to go through the entire Jade Cargill library and find me a match that she had previous to this one tonight that was better than this one tonight. Not the most exciting match, but happy whenever Jade wins. Fair enough. And again, when you have the 2 big bodies, and no different than the men, I think it does have that potential to slow down and be a bit of a clunkier match. Overall, I thought the ladies cooked. I thought they moved. Again, somebody said she no-sold a clothesline, but I didn't really pick up on anything botchy or stompy. I thought it flowed. And again, Jade hitting the Glam Slam on Piper just adds to what a badass she is. So very interesting how this tournament's shaking up. Big win for her. Nia Jax, I mean, that's going to be interesting. Will we see more of Jade working from under, which would be an interesting thing because we haven't seen that much. We saw it a bit tonight. What will it look like next week? That was her best match yet. I agree. I'm with you. 2 completely different songs. I don't know what I missed, but I'll take your word for it, Daniel. I got my eye on you. What a match, says Anthony. I agree. I thought they did well. I thought they turned up, showed out. And again, I think we put a very strong emphasis on the Queen of the Ring right now, and we still have some King of the Ring matches to come. So far, so good, folks. We're cooking right through. Not much time left. The night is going quickly. Get in that chat. We need 5 for triple digits. So take this link, drop it somewhere. Go find 5 people. I said it before and I'll say it again. Jade versus Nia will cook. We're going to find out, Rick. We really are going to find out. 2 big, powerful women. Can Jade handle the size of Nia Jax? I'm really curious to see if Nia's going to lead that match very well as a vet. I really want to see how Jade works from under. Pause. Damn good match. That was an excellent match. Nia Jax should win the next round, in my opinion. I like Jade, but Nia needs some love. She could. That's the thing I like about this. She could win this. Like, I don't know if this building to the tag team champions facing each other already is the way I would do it. But Jade versus Belair in Saudi Arabia for the Queen of the Ring, interesting. Very interesting. But Nia could win. I don't think it's a slam dunk. A lot of different things could happen, especially with, does somebody who's interested in the tag belts get involved and cause a bit of, a reason for Jade to lose? Maybe. I don't know. It's very peculiar how they're going to do this. Now, we're getting a Shinsuke Nakamura package, by the way. My art is not just to compete. It is to conquer. I love these video packages for even people that we already know. I expect Jade Cargill to be the favorite to win the Queen of the Ring. I think she's a front runner. I do. For sure. Bianca for the win. Yeah, we will take your predictions on the next match, folks. As we're getting a real cool package for Shinsuke, just reminding everybody on SmackDown, this is how I roll. The Master Strong Style. I plan to reign supreme. Jade won't face Bianca in this tournament, or they run into the same problem as Naomi and Sasha leaving the company. Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, we're not going to, I mean, if you're saying, you know, kind of the similar circumstance where they weren't happy, yeah, I agree with you there. But yeah, I mean, again, I think if they're going to do it, it's going to be calculated. So could it happen? Yes. I don't think it's going to happen. I think something's going to cause a reason for only one of them to get further. As Candice LeRae gets the jobber entrance, we got Indy at ringside. Jade's best match so far. Jade and Bianca, Destiny's Fate. Ooh, deep. Unless Nia does all the work on getting up, hell nah, Piper just kicked up, jumped for her to do it, and then she's still halfway. I don't know, man. That's what I'm really excited about in that case of, can she do it if there is a little bit of a help, like a little bit of a jump? You're not getting much. So if Nia gets up even enough to do the move, as Bianca, speaking of power, just catching Candice and smashing her off the guardrail. Indy looking concerned. But yeah, that's the intriguing part of the matchup, is now we're really testing the power of Jade. Oh, Indy getting involved. Indy getting involved. MJF and Jungle Boy, the Outsiders. Oof. I don't know how Big Nick feels about that combo. We'll have to ask him when he comes back, J-Boy. Oh,
hell no. Hell no. Hell to no. To the no. As Bianca just wailing away on Candice here. And this matchup's a little interesting to me, is like you said, of Candice is already coming out here with the jobber entrance. She's a little boo-boo da foo, you know, jobber face squad here.
Oh.
But, you know, Bianca, up until when Jade was showing up in WWE, Bianca was going to be turning heel.
Yeah.
And now we've got very much babyface Bianca still versus surprisingly heel Indy and Candice.
And they're, you know what? They're working the leg. And I know you were on your pause. I thought last match was great. Rio saying that and I'll leave this to the chat. We got 90 people-ish here. Jade's final match with Statlander was not the greatest of matches from my recollection. It was pretty quick in addition to that. Yeah, it might be her second best match then, maybe. I don't know.
No, I don't. No, because that was one of those of, we know that the check's already written. We know that you're already out the door. My bags are packed. I'm ready to go. It's going to be like saying Ricky Starks' last match in AEW was his greatest match.
I forgot they did Baron and Carmelo.
Yeah. Well, so far it's been
very
nothing but consistent good matches, honestly.
That's where people are talking about work rate and match quality. Well, I think Tripp says we'll show you work rate and match quality. And Monday cooked.
AOD as Bianca selling the knee. 1, 2, 3.
So Bianca advances. It looks like she's going to take on Tiffany in the next round. And they sell the knee because that plays into Tiffany beating Bianca next round.
Yeah, as she initially grabbed the wrong knee and then grabbed the right knee. I do.
It's this one.
I like, though, Bianca with Jade, because on one hand,
yeah,
Bianca and Jade, Bianca covers up for what Jade can't do in the ring, and Jade covers up for just the uber baby face, the placeholder that has kind of become Bianca's entrance.
And you know what? I mean, Jade, again, and the good news is now we're starting to see Jade shine, and this could be a tournament that turns her into a legitimate star. Like that real full step forward where people like, especially the critics, have to kind of shut up a little about it.
That's the thing. I'm really interested to see who says what, that Bianca or that Jade, can't go in WWE after her match with Piper. That, they just protected her. They've just had her out here for, she does like 3 moves of doom and moves on. No, that wasn't that match with Piper, and it's definitely not going to be that match with Nia. As we're getting a replay of Tonga Loa showing up.
Oh, and they're showing Kevin Owens getting bopped with the stairs. So, they're selling. If that's two people now that the Bloodline have taken out, Nick.
Well, and did you see everybody though too that like when they showed Kevin Owens like spitting up after the spike and everything, and then Cody's out there kissing the mat. They're like, "No, Cody, you gross, don't do that."
How come this Bloodline's got a shitty dressing room?
They don't have that Roman.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, shit, that suit's too big for Solo.
Can I have a minute of your time?
That is not a tailor fit suit out here.
We want Roman champion out.
And that's the craziest thing. For everybody that was out there, Roman's a part-time champion. Roman only shows up. Sorry, I won't talk during the wisest man. Oh, he's mad about where they got drafted.
Just more reasons to be mad at Paul.
I like taking food away from my kids. Huh? Yeah. You want my kids to starve?
I like this. I like the attitude. I like what Solo's doing here. And maybe getting him in the middle of the ring and giving him the mic doesn't work that well. So you do something like this where he can nail it and it feels right. And Paul's the X factor to all of this.
He's selling this amazing. Like again, Paul Heyman needs to be, his entire career in pro wrestling needs to be studied and is a blueprint of how to get yourself over in pro wrestling.
Solo says to Paul, "You haven't spoken to Roman since he lost our title, right?" But Solo's spoken to him.
I'm in charge of the Bloodline. I call the shots. You will be my wise man. I've said this. This is Solo Suge Knight. This is, first off, kill Roman and then click you claim.
By orders of Roman Reigns, the tribal chief.
I said that Roman Reigns initially said that if something were to happen to me, the next in line to be the tribal chief was Solo Sikoa. We weren't just expecting him to be out here and be Suge Knight and be out here, Death Row Records and all that.
But dude, this is what's killing me with this story, and I kind of in a good way, because I thought we were going one direction as Dawkins coming out with B-Fab, but again, all right, so Roman, Solo is being directed by Roman. I didn't expect that. Paul's terrified and apparently hasn't spoken to Roman. That seems highly unlikely. This is getting thick.
Oh, I call bullshit though on all sides around. I call sugar honey iced tea
on all of it.
On Solo actually talking to Roman, and I call that on that Heyman hasn't talked to Roman. I think that's part of it. Could you imagine a baby face Paul Heyman introducing Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, the Bloodline, taking on Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, MFT? You're good. You could have
rolling. It doesn't end well for the recipient. Yeah. Let me receive something.
Pause. As I'm in commercial break right now, so I will remind everybody, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. As I see triple digits, I saw it for half a second. Let's make sure we can get back to there. It's 100%. We are the Wrestling for Life Network. We do this for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. There's nothing even saying I might try and talk him into watching some Defy or anything like that after this. But we will be back at it like a jackrabbit tomorrow night for Collision and Rampage, to where they've got them again in a 3-hour block. Rampage is just a redheaded stepchild of AW television. It's a show without a home, I feel. Then back at again, running straight through Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, or NXT, Dynamite, original content, SmackDown, absolutely. Nobody does it like we do. Often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. Be a friend, tell a friend. What? Well, will it be believable when it happened? Paul Co's babyface. I think that's the thing. That's been the biggest. Paul Heyman is the biggest wild card in this whole situation. I know we talked about Jacob Fatu, etc., but Heyman's the biggest wild card because at any drop of a moment, he could still sit there and turn around and give a nice little smirk to the camera and sit there and play off that he was behind this all along. He was in it. He was involved. He knew everything that was happening. But at the same time, if you have this man that petrified, that terrified, that, heaven forbid Roman's actual wise man's about to get hurt or anything, a hair may be hurt on that, graying dome that is Paul Heyman's head. That could be enough to where we get, Paul Heyman just giving the big babyface intro. And imagine the pop. Imagine if we get, because I've heard the rumblings, the rumors. Oh, we're getting Andrade video package. That was for halfway of like, who the f is this? But no, this is interesting. I know KJ talked about it. Well, I was on a pause for Nakamura, but it feels like we're getting the same thing for Andrade here. But yeah, I like this of if I'm not going to feature you in a prominent match, I'm at least going to feature you in a prominent vignette or anything like that. Like right there, we've got Andrade coming to SmackDown next week. Like it's one of those of cool. Well, I ain't got time to book you in a match, but I'm at least going to book you in a vignette here. Yeah, I could see it to where Heyman's out there and just turns and we get the huge reaction and it's just a big baby face intro. You get the huge reaction for Roman Reigns. They introduce him as a baby face. That's the thing is as big as you are and as great as you are as a heel shows how big and great you will be as a baby face, I feel. As we've got the new Bloodline coming out right now as Solo out here again with a suit that's too big, two sizes, too large. Again, why do you start wearing the fucking driver's gloves? To me, kind of halfway gives the visual of like you're the henchman to the bigger guy versus you're the guy. And then Tongalo out here with the suit. Heyman's still beside himself, but we're getting the, I believe, first solo match. And I don't mean that pun intended, but we've still got the fingers up. But the first solo match, one-on-one action of Tama Tonga taking on Angelo Dawkins right now. And all due respect to Dawkins, I think he's talented. He works. He probably still, though, isn't the best singles wrestler in his tag team. That's clearly Montez Ford. But this man is about to do the JOB with the 1, 2, 3 to Tama Tonga here. As Tama Tonga's already over on top of him, as we've got bell ring, by the way. I guess I should have said this before, but it give us your predictions, folks. You taking for this match, whether you're taking Tama Tonga or Angelo Dawkins or KJ White. What?
Take me. Fun factoid.
Take
Now,
me on. What?
I'm taking Tama for sure.
No.
I don't think anyone's not. So apparently in the new QR code video, they did like the Then Now Forever video, like the opening from WWE is in the video. And they replaced CM Punk with Sister Abigail in that video.
Now, which Sister Abigail? The one that showed up in like the 10 Bray Wyatt segments, or when it was Bray Wyatt out there,
it's
cutting a promo to Pumpkinhead Finn Balor?
No, I think it's just literally like a cloaked, like the girl with a hair in her face, the ring.
Figure.
Yeah. So that's interesting. Like, does this tie in or connect the Punk somehow?
Oh, that's going to be the biggest thing is where does Uncle Howdy and them go when they show up?
Yeah, it's
like,
interesting.
what's the feud?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, that's the peculiar. Like, again, it could be anything, right? Like,
Right?
Dawkins out solo. Montez taking out
the swan tone and then just a little fucking Street Fighter pose. Sky high. 1, 2. Oh,
nice. The matches have been good tonight, folks. I know people don't like believing it, but the matches have been so good. As they're beating, look. Montez gets the spike.
And this is going to cause the distraction. Oh, this is going to end getting real quick.
Oh, flatliner.
Right. 1, 2, 3.
What?
No, I just don't. I know it was going to go quick. The flatliner as a finisher like that. Just so you take a back bump and then you get the 1, 2, 3.
But that's his finisher. It's like a bear hug flatliner.
Right, but you think about it in the logistics of if you were ever in a fight with that, you're taking a back bump. You're taking 95% of the brunt of that move. And then you get the win?
Well, but you rammed his face into the mat. Like, it's a finisher. It's no different than all the other finishers we see, like in that kind of idea.
Bro, what is up with this camera?
I don't know. But look at Paul.
Did Dawkins have his tatas out? Did his fucking nip slip or something here? But Paul's out here beside himself. Yeah, no, I would have just like something more devastating, more looking finality.
But that's been his finisher. Like, I don't know. It's like a BFT, but a flatliner. Flatliner used to be a finisher. It's so weird. I don't know.
It's a self back bump. It's a self back bump.
Yeah, but I mean, that's always what a flatliner's been in the realm of things.
Right, but I was wishing for something more.
Oh, okay. So
the finish, like I understood. Obviously, the finish was going to be the finish. I think the finish felt flat.
Okay. I liked it. I figured it was going to be like this. It was going to be something akin to this. Again, I mean, his finisher. I mean, some people have a fucking clothesline as a finisher, so I'm not that.
Clothesline from hell. Don't you put disrespect on that.
Yeah, but even the Rainmaker is a shit short arm clothesline that looks terrible most times. Yeah, as we're getting a package for Blair Davenport, by the way, one of the draftees from NXT. Where Bobby is injured, Keyshawn.
He came down with the I'm not gonna job.
No stopping the bloodline. Again, that's the message that we just got. There's no, you're screwed. And it's going to be the exact same recipe that they're the heel faction. They're going to cheat. They're going to play angles. You're not going to get a fair fight, and you're not supposed to. Tama for the win. I think Sister Abigail actually Taylor Rotunda's sister, Mika Rotunda, and not Alexa. Yeah, but we don't know what, like, is she even interested in being involved in wrestling?
Yeah, that's the thing is, she to me has seemed no interest in pro wrestling outside of my family does pro wrestling. So I don't want to like, you're going to do this spot now. No.
Mm-hmm. But we're not wasting any time. We're going right into AJ and RKO next. And still 30 minutes on the clock, 29. So, I mean, dude, like no fluff, no nothing, just straight into another match. Bullet Club
absolutely, and this is going to cook 100%.
Looks good, but still no bloodline graphic. Okay. Hanson broke San Martino's neck. Yes, he did. JBL sucks. Remember, we got the solar storm happening now that might cause some problems. Yeah, a lot of talk about this solar storm, and I have been really lagging and delayed tonight. It's ironic. Like, I literally left to reboot earlier because I was having some lagging issues.
Aurora Borealis at this time of year. They're specifically located in your kitchen. Can I see it?
It's purple. I listen. When I see colors in the sky, it's usually due to the vitamins, but whatever. I think I figured out the MFT stands for when it comes to Solo and Tama. Most trusted friend. Let me tell you about my best
friend. He's a warm-hearted person that love me to the end.
I guarantee you it's not Mika. I think it's not Mika either. Easy Bake. You're not wrong with that. AJ Styles for the win needs redemption. I am halfway through Becky's book. It's pretty interesting so far. It's funny because people can't stand a Becky promo, so the whole book.
What is Kevin Dunn?
Ooh. Only pick for Sister Abigail needs to be Abaddon. Well, she's currently contracted to not wrestle in another company.
Yeah, there's things called contracts.
Yeah, she's under contract for annual Halloween appearance. Watch Bloodline jump Orton before the match. Possible. It's possible. I think there's going to be something, and I think Randy set it up. So the Bloodline kind of ends the show tonight on top again. The flatliner DDT Russian leg sweep all require a person giving to go to their I'm really surprised. Like, we've seen a million flatliners. I've never thought like, oh, that must have hurt your back. Like a DDT, you fall on your back.
No, DDT.
You're going flat on your
head underneath before and everything like that. Russian leg sweep is the closest you can get. I'll say this. It may not even be specifically at the move of that flatliner that I saw. That was just a back bump and everything. So I'm not even saying even if it's specifically at that move. I'm saying right there what I saw with Tama Tonga. If I'm watching that and breaking down the moves and everything, like, that shouldn't finish the match. And again, I said the finish of the match felt flat to me, so I'm obviously not going to like that.
Yeah, we kind of had the big spot with Solo on the outside, and then it kind of turned around like, oh, yeah, and then hit the flatliner. They probably could have got away with maybe an Irish whip first and then into something. Fine, I'll give you that. Little bit flat, but I do scratch my head a little bit of like, for all the moves that we see that are dual impact as far as you going flat on your back, but you're driving the opponent's head into the mat. I'm
saying that one specifically. That one specifically, I had an issue with.
Just how do we? Just agree to disagree on that one. As far
there we go.
Him hooking them and slamming them. So yeah, I'm okay with it.
Code breaker also requires you to land on your back.
Muscle buster, even when you do like a super.
No, the muscle busters.
You're taking a flat back bump with a man on your shoulders.
But that's where the impact is. The impact is on your shoulder.
You're taking equal impact.
I'm saying that nothing in that looked like his head was getting put in the mat.
He had him locked.
I'm saying that one specifically to me looked like he literally just fell back on his back, like took a back bump of like the guy.
See, I know when
just flopped him down.
What it looked like is when he hooks the hands behind the back and he pulls his head forward, the head hits over the shoulder. But I mean, again, it's the same reason why I don't love the BFT as a finisher. I don't like it. It looks odd to me. But I'm fair with that. I thought it looked like a flatliner. So
no, that's fine. Like I said, if that's why I was saying I was arguing more of just specifically with that one I didn't already like the finish, and that one specifically looked like he almost was getting like rock bottom because he more took the back bump than anything with that. And that's just that specific one. I'm not arguing the move, folks. We're not on trial anymore.
Yeah. Same with the suplex. Jake and Raven DDT are the best. Jake's the OG. You got to give it to the OG. And there's
a difference between the regular DDT and like the even flow. To me, I felt was pretty much the originator of the Impaler and everything like that. The even flow, Raven's DDT. I'm a huge Raven fan, so the Impaler DDT was different, or like the even flow was to me was different.
Fair enough.
I like this. Ooh. Yeah, Stoner, don't forget the honey. What? We've backed Dick into a corner. Let's blow him some more. Beat him with a stick.
Here comes Randy Orton, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm assuming this is the main event. So lots of time left on the clock.
But I think you need to give these two guys some time to cook, some time to work, because we've even talked about this. This arguably could be a pay-per-view match. Like, you could have this outside of the King of the Ring and anything on the King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring pay-per-view in Saudi, and it feels just as important almost.
I liked Raven. Yeah, Raven's one of my favorites. I remember I bumped into Raven and Rhino and a bunch of people coming out of going into a movie theater in Canada. They were on tour. It was nice. Nice guys.
Did he gore you? He gored you behind the movie theater?
I just gave him popcorn. He was distracted and I ran. Saturn.
The Raven just sat there picking at it. Just caw, caw.
Randy stops to sign an autograph. Not taking his eyes off his opponent, though. Bloodline wins without help. Yeah, that's not going to happen.
By the way, next Friday night SmackDown will be in Jacksonville, Florida. Ho, ho, ho.
Raven was my cousin Raven's favorite wrestler for obvious reasons. That makes sense. That's so Raven of her. Out of the King of the Ring, my pick is Randy Orton. He needs a record. Interesting take. He
just had an entire 12,000 seat crowd chant his theme song in their non-native tongue. Like, they sat there, the French-speaking audience sat there and chanted his entire entrance song in English. This man, I don't think he's worried about like records and, I need to have this accomplishment. Randy Orton's a solidified, bona fide Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. I think he'd be okay. And again, I have a feeling that he might not win this. I have a feeling he might be the next victim of the Bloodline.
Touche. I really hope they honestly just let them fucking just straight up go. Because I want this. I want to end, especially as this is the main event. I want to end the week as good as we started it with Ilya and Ricochet. And now we end it with AJ Styles versus Randy Orton.
Yeah.
And tell me wrestling ain't up. This is a fucking easily understandable. We all understand this makes sense to be a giveaway match on TV. But we know this match is going to slap.
It should.
It's like having your favorite artist, your favorite rapper that sit there and like, I can drop these hot songs, but I'm gonna just do that on a mixtape because when I drop my album, it's gonna cook 10 times more.
Absolutely. Yeah, this should be a good one. And again, for any of the fans out there, you should be very happy with how much wrestling and how much quality wrestling we have received from the WWE this week. Monday and Friday, both cooked, both full of stuff. I didn't love NXT this week, so 2 out of 3 ain't bad. But Raw and SmackDown loaded with stuff.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like it's one of those of we've shifted the focus to Raw and SmackDown, so NXT you're just gonna have to deal with it for a week,
right? Well, Randy was the last opponent of Bray. Maybe Howdy's so much time left. Could that be the first victim of Howdy and or family? Is they come back to seek revenge on Randy?
I think you kind of finish off Randy then if you do that. Like, where do you go past that if you're Randy? Like, how do you come out the other side?
How does Randy come out the other side if he just gets dusted?
Yeah,
that's a good question. That is very good. That's what I mean. Like, I don't know where we go with it. And yeah, remember how bad that like the whole Jack in the Box match was. But I mean, the Fiend's last opponent, we got you. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think that's like we're could it be CM Punk? Could it be Randy? Or could it just be everybody? So many questions.
And well, that's the thing is, I think we've even talked about it. We thought that they were going to show up at Backlash, and then they didn't. So now it's going to be we're going to get caught off guard when they show up. Yeah. So when they do show up, it's going to be that much of a bigger moment here. MDB saying, what would slap harder, RKO versus Melo or AJ versus Melo?
I think we're going to get AJ Melo, which is going to fucking cook.
I think either way, they're great matches. I think either way, Melo does not win. So, and
No.
also, again, let's look at the Melo track record since he's gotten called up. Cody Rhodes, great match with Baron Corbin, and then now either gets Randy Orton or AJ Styles.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Are you interested in Dynamite Kid Tommy Billington, son of Dynamite Kid versus Dax? Interesting booking, but again, I was a huge British Bulldogs fan, so this is interesting.
Well, I saw this going around, and I don't know if it's true or not or whatever, but I guess he's, over in Canada and all of that. Like, he's a big guy over there. So, do you have any secret intel on anything that
No, I mean,
about him that the casual viewer may not know, what have you?
Again, just another guy connected to the Hart family. Comes in with technical wrestling savvy. Should be a very good match. We know Dax doesn't win his single matches, but he might actually win this one, so that'll be interesting. I don't really know. We just found out that, and you and I actually haven't talked about the fact that Eddie Kingston and Bryan Danielson were thrown into this storyline.
Team AW versus Team Elite.
And I really had a chance to point out how predictable it all was, even though the two people, we knew it was going to be Team AEW versus Team Elite. But yeah, there was some debate whether or not it was just kind of like, why these two guys? But they are fucking, Danielson in particular is like Tony's fucking long lost brother.
Right. As we're back in action, trust me, I'll get to that because I feel like we're burning through the books here. We're burning through pages of fucking creative.
Yeah.
We're running to a fucking finish line here. As AJ with a fucking side elbow there on a Randy Orton.
Bray's last match. Yeah, so the correction was the Fiend. Remember, Randy put the Fiend down. It was the Bray, that Mountain Dew match. He wasn't the Fiend. He was Bray at that time, right?
He was pitch black. Bray.
Yeah, he was. I don't know. So yeah, LA Knight was technically, maybe it's LA Knight then. Maybe LA Knight.
McAvoy or Stewart, Bo or Bray. These timelines are getting confusing now.
Right. Oh, of course, we ended up fighting over by the Prime Hydration Center, but backdrop on the barricade.
Right.
Randy out here getting the sing-along treatment. Love to see it. Randy's over, man. Randy's a star. Randy's a first ballot Hall of Famer. One of my faves to ever do it. I was a gigantic Evolution fan. Yeah, man. The guy is absolutely incredible. And I think now he's better than he ever is because now he's focused, he's settled. If you watched his documentary, it explains a lot. But then the backdrop on the apron, outstanding.
And on the table. Well, I think it's also even with Randy Orton, and I don't want to say this lightly, but we almost weren't going to get Randy Orton back. So now it's one of those. He very much, I think, embraces of he's going with on borrowed time type of shit. Of it's one of those of I'm gonna just have fucking fun doing this, and he's so goddamn good at it. Like there is not a human being I would say that is more the prototypical blueprint blue chip guy for WWE than Randy Orton.
Oh, absolutely. Bobby Lashley was his next target. That's also a good point. I'm worried that might not help Howdy get over by being in a feud with the Pride. I don't know how I feel about that, but that's a good point.
Look at Karen Cross and just say no. Just walk away. Just walk away.
Oh, AJ to the knee. I was live for the Jack in the Box match. Welcome to Yak in the Box. Jack in the Box match.
You want a Yak and go?
Welcome to Yak in the Box.
No, welcome to Yak in the Box. Can I take it?
Why did you not say soda? AJ for the win.
Beef.
Does Alexa return for a big reveal? Potentially. We don't know.
Oh, chop block from AJ on a Randy.
I like edgy, bulky AJ.
Like I said, both of these guys to me feel you are almost such a mirror image of were the prototypical guy for their brand. Like if you think TNA, like peak TNA, you think AJ Styles. You think prototypical WWE, Randy Orton. They're both
Valid.
literally the prototype for what you could have built for them. And then now they've both realized of, all right, we're in the twilight versus, the Breaking Dawn fucking, vampire series here of our careers and all of that. So let's just get swole and be all swolverine and still have fantastic matches, I guess.
Yeah, again, and you said it pretty perfect as far as, I mean, you heard Aldis say it. I mean, he's a generational talent. He's one of the best of this generation. And I like it. I felt like AJ had been in cruise control for quite a while. Like, especially under Vince, the last couple years, he would just show up, have a match. He won some, he lost some, nothing really, interesting. Yeah, he was just kind of floating. And I felt like he was floating into retirement. So since his return, he gets a nice match with Cody, a nice angle with Cody. LA Knight's been good. And now you're in the ring with Randy. Again, you got to give the guy his flowers.
Is that on AJ or is that what they gave him? Oh, that's the thing. That's the question. Was saying AJ was on cruise control of, I think they just gave him,
Oh, for sure.
You're just going to go forward. That's it.
Yeah, highly possible, right? Like, and again, I think it had been a long while since I wanted a really good AJ Styles match. I felt like it had been a long time since man, did you see that match? And I mean, I thought he delivered with Cody at Backlash. So yeah, and I mean, again, I'm not saying whose fault as far as the booking. It was definitely a combination, but I thought AJ felt very comfortable with it, and now he seems more determined. And again, this whole show has been about quality wrestling matches.
Everybody from top to bottom, from ring announcer to commentary to official to in-ring performer, feels like there's a different energy behind everything of one of those under said old regime of no matter what I do, it ain't going to matter. It ain't going to change versus this feels like every moment of everything that's happening echoes, like that echoes into what carries on and what goes through with that and everything. Like what everything has a ripple effect, has repercussions, has a voice. Everyone is something that they contribute.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, definitely where there's been a definite change in the approach to it. So Kyle says, who goes in the Hall of Fame first, Randy Orton or John Cena?
Which one retires first? Probably Cena.
I'm with you on that one. KJ USA Network expanding for Raw for just 25 million. If you were wondering, US pays 265 million a year for Raw. If you break it down for 3 months, it's 65 million. It's a bargain. Yeah, because they're doing them. It's supply and demand, right? Like they're doing them a solid of like you need somewhere to go. So yeah, it's definitely a bargain.
Well, and I think, like I said before, if it's a little bit with WWE and USA Network, especially with Monday Night Raw, it's kind of like, give me that sweet kiss and a good night of one of those of this ends. I really don't remember outside of, I think, the brief run that they did on on Spike. Well, I can't even remember what it was halfway called there. To where Monday Night Raw has pretty much always been on USA.
Oh, shit. Just booted AJ over the ropes as he goes to stomp on the sore leg. AJ Nick buried alive match and he comes back full heel. Yeah, not likely.
The zombie Orton.
I still want Orton. I do want Orton to go heel and go after Cody at some point, but we got lots of time. Like if that was a Mania match, I'd be perfectly fine with it.
Oh, 100%. And I think it would work because Orton doesn't have to go full, hyping up, punt kick, heel Randy Orton. He can still kind of work that.
Oh,
I'm the veteran, you're the young guy. You were part of, the little trio. I can't remember. Why can't I remember their name?
AJ Rollins.
Legacy when it was him, Ted DiBiase Jr. and Randy Orton.
Oh, going for the pin.
His shoulders aren't down though.
Ref said close enough.
Just getting, they're in the peripheral. They're on the shoulder spectrum.
AJ falling to the outside after a European uppercut. Back and forth match. And again, they're cooking, folks. It's rolling. We got about 8 minutes left on the clock. No, we know Fox doesn't go over because of the news. So,
Dun, dun. Well, I mean, you never know. See, that's the thing is if you go over and you don't announce it, it's a special thing when if it goes over.
Yeah.
Randy's fully setting up. We're going for a phenomenal forum into an RKO right now.
I hope he does the fake one. That was one of my favorite moves ever is when AJ faked the phenomenal forearm and Randy just fucking went ass out because he thought he was going to hit the RKO.
I thought we were setting up for it because we had both men literally setting up in position, but draping Randy's knee over the ring rope here.
My prediction is that AJ should face Tama. There's history. There's history.
Ain't nobody realer than gorillas. I saw so many people that are like, can WWE just copyright that stuff and just make it ours? I'm like, no.
Down goes AJ. Randy limping. Adam Cole is going to look like AJ Styles when he returns. Of course, it was a dead end street.
I've heard some people, because of what Adam Cole shared of sharing him coming out with the Bucks, that are like, is he trying to position to try and get in the elite? Like, yes, because we'll just kill all the storylines that we had for anybody of our top stars coming back.
Yeah. AJ going for the calf crusher, but second time, oh no, he's losing this battle. See, everything's a fight. I like the two vets in the ring, man. And I think a lot of the young wrestlers and a lot of the wrestlers out there on other shows are they're trying to figure out this is what it's supposed to look like. It's not supposed to be just no, put your move on me. It's a battle.
Is the calf crusher an underrated submission though, even too? Because like that actually looks almost more painful than even the fucking ankle lock.
I like it a lot. It's not used by many, if any, other than AJ. I can't think of another.
Well, he doesn't even pull it out that often, like outside of TNA. Oh, vintage Orton with the snap inside suplex. There is no one out there who hits that and could hit that. Like he's Steph Curry with that shit. You can try and do it, you ain't gonna do it.
Right. Both Randy and John Cena going in the same. It could happen. Could. I just think Randy's going to keep wrestling, and Cena's done.
Cena, Orton, Batista, same Hall of Fame class.
Ooh,
let's go.
The OVW. Jim Cornette inducts them all.
Hey, Batista was supposed to go in 2020 and still has yet to.
But Randy's got AJ up on the top turnbuckle.
Superplex.
Defy free pay-per-view on YouTube. Ooh.
Yes, that starts at 10 o'clock.
Oh. I got to give it to Randy. Out of all 3 years, everybody in the Ruthless Aggression era left except for Randy.
Drape over DDT. Let's go.
And down goes AJ. See, he fell on his back. Help me understand.
Yes, but he fell on his back as AJ fell on the front of his head.
Yeah, but Dawkins hit his head.
I didn't like the move. Move on.
I think Cena's last match should be against Randy. That'd be cool. I'd be all right with that.
I think that if you're gonna do that, that's your greatest match of all time, like you got with Edge and Randy Orton, because that's end of an era, 100%. Because I feel you do that both ways. You do that. That's the closing chapter.
WrestleMania 41, Randy versus Cena, and the Legend Killer takes out another legend.
But it's one of those though at the same time, like I said,
forearm! Holy shit!
So 2 count.
Randy grabbed the rope. Randy grabbed the rope.
He fucking shimmy shook to give me that goddamn rope. But Cena and Orton came in at the same time. They leave at the same time. Like that's just literally the end of an era. That's when you saw. Exactly. That's when you saw Hunter, HBK and Taker all leave arm in arm, like arms over shoulders, walking up the ramp and everything. Like you knew you weren't going to get that again.
AJ getting Randy up
House
for
Splash.
RKO! Nowhere. Bye-bye, AJ.
Randall Keith. Randall Keith.
AJ Styles, he loves too much. Now shut up. That was great. That was fucking great. That is great.
And it was so back and forth.
5-1. Randy said wrestled to 50 years old. There you go. John, I think, said the same thing. Cena said the same thing. So I think Cena's like a year away.
Cena's gonna go until the hair falls off. And did you see Randy confirm the story about him ripping the fucking urinal off the wall? He's like, yeah, I did that. I'm dumb.
But Randy Orton with the big win, folks. We are going off the air. Randy advances in the King of the Ring. To me, he could. Randy Orton, Gunther final of this tournament. Sign me up. I'm okay with that all day long. But that is SmackDown in the books. We take a rating out of 10 every night at the end. So let us know, what do you got? Who you taking? And we're about 6 away from 100. So be a friend. Tell a friend. Let's see if the post show can get over triple digits. Nick, I like SmackDown tonight. I liked Raw Monday. I like SmackDown tonight.
Did SmackDown have a better match or anything than Monday Night Raw did? I will ask that. Like, if you, so obviously we're here all week and everything like that. But so what to you, not taking away from SmackDown tonight, but what was your show of the week?
Oh, it's neck and neck with Raw and SmackDown, my friend. Raw had a lot of good quality. We got Ilya Ricochet. I think maybe because just by default, SmackDown with the 2 hours in and out tonight. And I thought there wasn't a bad match on the card tonight. I don't think one of the matches was a bad match. I think it was smashed right across the board. Very little promos tonight. We opened the show with a bit of a promo. We found out Logan Paul, and then we had a few backstage things. Nothing major other than that. So it was all about the wrestling tonight. I kind of tip my hat to SmackDown this week.
Both kind of shows this week. We had like one big promo, and that was it. It was pure wrestling. And Logan Paul had a hell of a promo. So what do you rate SmackDown?
Tonight, I'm going to give SmackDown, I'm going to give it an 8. 8 for sure. The only thing that's stopping it from being like an 8.5, 9 is there was no big moment. It was a very, and maybe that's me just being a little greedy, but there's not like, we had a lot of good stuff, but there was not like, tomorrow morning we're going to wake up and be like, man, it was missing that, like that high note, that crescendo, but overall really solid show.
Fair enough. So I would disagree with you on both worlds to an extent. To me, Monday Night Raw was the best wrestling show this week. And I think that obviously Ilya versus Ricochet carries that heavily. Like, that was the best wrestling match. If you missed anything this week in pro wrestling, go back and watch that match. Respect to Randy, respect to AJ, respect to the fucking learning tree, all of that. Go back and watch Ilya versus Ricochet. That's a can't miss match of this week. I can't even remember what I gave a rating or if I gave a rating for Monday Night Raw, but I almost, it's one of those, if I could give one an 8 and the other 7.75 or 8 and 7.5 or whatever, I feel like it's kind of that. Of like you said to me, SmackDown was good, and I think the biggest thing that we got out of this was Logan Paul's promo, which was actually really good. Like, the matches were great, but nothing over the top, but it's still great. So still up there. And I really was surprised of how Jay did in a match with Piper Niven. And we had talked about that of, is this going to be to where she falters under the WWE banner?
Yeah, it had the recipe to be a very clunky kind of oops, I missed my spot kind of match, and both ladies showed up, showed out. I thought that match banged. It was one of my favorite tonight. I thought they did extremely well with that. And Jade, to me, I know people don't want to believe it, but again, every time we see her, she just looks more and more and more of a star.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Side tangent that I wanted to halfway bring up that I don't think we have so far. The news about Chucky T, about Chuck Taylor. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
Maybe not.
So to where allegedly that his injury that they were selling on TV and with like OC saying about how he may never wrestle again is actually much more legit than we kind of anticipated. Because so again, I'm the source that I've pulled up is from Old Tuna, so it may be past its expiration date, but he even says that the nature of the fracture and the presence of necrosis of the bone, aka death of the bone, in fragments underneath the cartilage is why. So it literally might be like, I guess AW seems to be preparing for Chucky T to be more and into being a backstage producer and everything. Of literally, unfortunately, it's one of those of there's been enough injury there, what have you. I guess I'm not a doctor. I'm barely a fucking lawyer, but that it could be more legitimate and more be serious than we thought it was.
Yeah, which strikes me as odd is how you get booked in a parking lot brawl by the company that you work for if this is in fact where you're at.
I think that was the send-off, though. That's the thing. That was the crescendo of that's why they did the spot that they did, so they can play this up and add the gravitas, the story, the base note behind OC versus Trent, which probably didn't exactly need this, but anyways, of that if Chucky T's out for good, you know, all of that.
Fair enough. Back to the ratings. SmackDown was 8 suplexes out of 10, 9.5. I don't think you officially gave a rating, sir.
7.5.
Fair enough. And again, I think that's valid in the sense of, like I said, tonight I feel like, and I actually gave them, I think, the same number, but tonight missed kind of that Ilya Ricochet match. Like the matches, none of them peaked at that level. I just think I end up tied because the dip on Raw was a little bit lower for me.
Well, that's the thing is, could you almost argue that overall over the 2 hours, SmackDown was at least on average, if not a better show, versus Raw had the much bigger high points.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, higher peaks, higher valley, and more consistent of a show tonight. I thought every match was really good. Some really good spots. The end of Dawkins and Tama was a little bit flat, but they're trying to tell a story. Just maybe not the best delivery of it at the very end there. But yeah, I mean, again, it's kind of for anybody that thinks of the WWE we were getting with it had 3, maybe 4 matches. 2 of the matches were like 3 minutes. This isn't the same thing. And then anybody, I know one person in particular keeps trying to say, oh, the WWE is not in a new era. These last 2 shows have to convince you that this is new. This is different. The booking's different. The energy to the show is different. The pacing's different. It's all different.
I know the saying is you can't fix stupid, but I feel like the saying should really be you can't fix ignorance, because there's some people that are just getting ignorant out there.
Ignorance is beautiful sometimes. 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10 says Malik. No Rampage. We're gonna do
Rampage.
A little
tomorrow
bit of
Rampage
show, folks, and then we will be heading towards the door. I give it a 9. My favorite match of the night was Jade Cargill versus Piper. Nevins, just wish I can share my hot dogs with.
No, you don't.
This one time,
I don't want that.
Solid
How
7.
about no, my guy?
Yeah, no, we're good. The big
I got
hand.
my own wieners.
Ask about my wiener.
Ask about my wiener.
Good show, but I felt a lot of matches felt short in duration. I didn't think so. Like, I mean, the main event cooked. The one match that felt short to me was Dawkins Tama.
That was a very flat finish. And
Flat.
I wish Carmelo and Corbin I think it might have just been kind of where we were at with talking and everything like that. Like, I almost feel like that's going to be a slept on of, like, I almost want to go back when we're done here and rewatch that match, because Corbin, like you even said, was very much control, and it shows Corbin's going to be the asset on SmackDown here that nobody really thought he was going to be.
Yeah, I mean, again, I thought it was a great match, and I don't mind that type of, you get him in a quick roll up and you steal the match after taking a beating. Corbin looks strong. Carmelo gets the dub, gets to move on. Corbin has a reason to kick him in the head next week. To me, I was perfectly content. But yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, I mean, again, I don't know. I mean, to each their own. I thought everything tonight went fast, though. I will say that. Like, and even with the Dawkins and Tama, we were just like, this is going really well. This is exciting. And then it was like, Solo's got him. Oh, it's over. So it was kind of like, oh, okay. It was like, woo. 8.75 out of 10 knee pads. Jade and Bianca, one of them will not make to the queen of the ring unless that's when Jade turns. I think it's too soon for a turn. So I actually think Tiffy's going to beat Bianca. She'll face Bianca in the second round. She hasn't qualified. She's got to take on, I think, Mia Yim.
Yeah, she takes on Mission because, so I don't have the full bracket. I just have the match listings.
Yeah, so Jade's fighting Nia Jax. Bianca's fighting Tiffany. Who comes out of that? Like, could it be Jade versus Bianca and they just like, we're still partners? Tiffy, now they were selling Bianca's leg, right?
Bro, you're telling me Tiffany's about to fucking go through Bianca and Jade on the way to Queen of the Ring? Oh, that's a murderer's row.
Listen, Tiffany and Jade as the final will have people on the edge of their seat dying.
That won't be the final. That'll be the semifinal.
No, Jade and Tiffany can't meet till the final.
No.
Oh, because the Raw side. That's right. So it'd be the final of the SmackDown side.
Yes, there are two sides.
Yeah. So yeah, but I mean, even to go through Jade in that capacity, yeah, that's a tough one. People would be sitting on the edge of their seat waiting for that match to finish to decide. Like, instantly, you bury Tiff, you bury Jade. This sucks. Like, man, that's
the thing. If she goes through Bianca and then goes through Jade to get to Queen of the Ring, but still, that's a murderer's row to go through either way.
Ooh, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yea, though I walk through the valley of death, I shall fear no evil, for Tiffany is my Lord.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't see Nia winning the tournament. Bianca, I don't see her winning the tournament. I really think this is going to come down to Tiffany and or Jade for this. So even compared to the other side, I think the winner is coming from SmackDown.
Fair enough. Well, I was going to say, no, with the Samoa Watchman, now, with this man looking like if Solo Sikoa met Bronson Reed, I feel a little skeptical with this. I love you, my wife, man. It's like getting him out there. I'm like, am I about to die right now? I feel like I'm about to die.
Right. Tama is 41. Oh shit! There you go. Tony Khan would book a better match than Cody versus Logan. How lame is that match? The match is not lame. The how we got to it might be a little lame, but I know you don't like Logan Paul, big dog. This match is not lame in the least. And what would be the better match? Really, let's be real.
You got to the same result as everybody else. You just failed to show your work with this. That's really what it feels like. Of one of those. If this is arguably, especially going into a Saudi show, spot show, fast as you can do it, this is probably the best option you could have to do it, to where you can hot shot Logan into there. The way you got there might suck, but this is going to draw eyes. This is going to draw attention. And like we talked about at nauseum of Logan's established, he's not here just to let me get my name up. Like he still he almost, if anything, wants to be a pro wrestler.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, 100%. You can't take it away from him. And whether you like him or not, or you like Cody or not, the thing I love the most about this is Cody didn't do a lot of talking tonight. So where people, run the risk that Cody gets a little monologue-y, I said it. I know what I can make it up if I want to, but Cody gets a little monologue-y, and people kind of turn on him for being a little bit boring that way. Logan Paul carried this promo tonight, and if you look at it without kind of the bias, I mean, you got to give them their credit for it's interesting, and it was delivered well.
The two biggest things that we gave praise, I feel, tonight, two biggest things, and the one that we argued about was clearly the fucking Tama match. But we gave praise to Logan Paul with his promo against Cody Rhodes, to where Cody Rhodes pretty much just sat there and did nothing. And then the AJ Styles Randy Orton match. So I think they really bookended this show well. And with monologue here, I thought that you were just naming a city or a town in the province you live in here.
Right? Monologue. I really don't want. Yeah, I think it's too soon to break these ladies up, and I still think there's value in their tag team. Again, could they have a one-on-one match that it's just out of respect? One of them beats the other, and then they hug it out after the match as the semifinal from the SmackDown side.
Fair.
Tiffany will beat Bianca, and either Candice or Chelsea will cost it. That'll be interesting.
KJ, let's say Jade wins the tournament. Stratton ruins ceremony.
Could be. All right. It could be that Jade wins it and Naomi kicks her in the head. We have no idea, but we got options.
Right. Well, monologue sounds like a Samoan villain.
That's the next Disney movie coming soon.
What can I say except you're welcome?
Right. People hate Logan Paul or virtue signaling. Oh, there you go. But he wants to be hated, so we're okay. It works.
That's fine. They were cutting off the signaling when we had wardrobe malfunction city in that first match.
No shit. But yeah, I mean, start to finish, the quality through it all. No complaints from me. I was really happy with this. A pretty solid week in wrestling overall. So, and I think they're going right at the jugular of what they get criticized for, and I think Triple H is fully aware. Okay, I'll show you work rate. I'll show you in-ring action, and then we'll
Allow
talk.
me to reintroduce myself. My name is Paul. Oh, trip to the HE.
100%. So yeah, I think a thumbs up for me for sure. But we will call last call on the chat, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want to get your last little thought in, we will click on the last few, and then we will bid you adieu for tonight. We are back at it tomorrow night, and then we're back at it all next week for all your wrestling needs. We really do watch more live wrestling than anyone else out there. What does this one say? There's still a slight chance that Nia versus Jade could end in a double countout, thus making Bianca and Tiffany the finals. I hope not. I think there's a better way to get
Simple booking equals lazy booking.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's another way to get there, but yeah, that could happen. Not my favorite. Is the U.S. title on the line? No, but it should be. We go Cody 2 belt.
We go WrestleMania 6.
Right?
We go IC. We go Hogan versus Warrior.
What is your prediction? By the way, Damian pointed out something a second ago. I'm not going to go back and click on it, but Iron Man match between Joey Janela and Nick Wayne. That sounds like all kinds of no thank you. Not even
that is on Defy.
Yeah. What's your
on YouTube, which
Kenta
was supposed to happen 17 minutes ago and has yet to happen. So just saying.
But yeah, no, a 60
What
minute.
we have here is a feminine launch.
That's a 60-minute Iron Boy match, and I have no interest in it. No,
And that's a young lion.
Oh, all the
that's a young lion match.
You know, what the fuck? 60-minute Iron Man, Nick Wayne and Janela. Oh. Wrestling for Life over everyone. Thank you so much, MDB. Thank you to everybody else out there. Thank you for keeping the chat going. For the people still hanging around, don't forget, go check out Wrestling Court. We had a lot of fun pulling that off. We got our next trial coming up in a couple weeks, and we will announce who the next person or the next battle in court will be. And feel free, by all means, leave a comment on any of the videos of your suggestion on something that should be debated on Wrestling Court. But Big Nick, good night of wrestling. Back at it tomorrow for a AEW Saturday extravaganza. Should be a fun one.
Absolutely. I'm gonna take the chat to court here. But yes, we have Canadian Dynamite Kid on Collision taking on Dax. But our shit is real, our shit is raw, our shit is authentic. When you're talking about that wrestling, you put up in that for life with it.
Have a good night, folks. Enjoy your Friday and see you on the flip side. Bye.